Chapter 198. Shen Rui was too nice to Mu Chichi. Third aunt was puzzled. After the family dinner, she went to her daughter's room and asked, "Do you really like Mu Chichi? Why didn't you think of buying them for your parents when you bought them for her? Or are you just trying to stall for time? Do you have an ulterior motive?" Shen Rui was removing her makeup at the dressing table. She felt helpless after she heard what her mother said. "Mother, why do you think of me like that? Mu Chichi is very likable. Don't always pick on her. It's your first time meeting her. How do you know what kind of person she is?" "Mother, I'm very tired today. Please let me go," Shen Rui said coquettishly. She knew her mother's weakness. As expected, third aunt took a deep breath and calmed herself down. "Then you should rest. But don't be nice to her when you go to the birthday party. You're just a bastard. How dare you try to ride on the daughter of the family?" "Mother, I know. You should go back to your room now." Third aunt was helpless. She could only leave her daughter's room. But she was not willing to let Mu Chichi go to the birthday party and steal her daughter's spotlight. Her daughter must be the prettiest one that day. She wanted to win young Master Lin's heart. But she did not know that her daughter's ambition was never to be a young master of the Lin family. The next day, Su Zipei and Lu Wenhua received a gift from Xing Xiao. It was a set of exquisite but not luxurious jewelry. It was something that a woman would wear when she got married. Everything was exquisite and Su Zipei liked it very much. Young Master Sheng is so considerate. He is born in a rich family but he can understand other people's difficulties and needs. He is so considerate. This niece-in-law is so considerate. Lu Wenhua hugged Su Zipei and said to her, "I don't have any children and I don't have any relatives. Now that I have you, of course I will love Chichi more. As for young Master Sheng, he is not an ordinary person. I only hope that with our support, Chichi will have more bargaining chips in the Sheng family." "Wenhua, thank you. If you want, I am willing to bear your children. But you can't be partial. Don't worry. Many people love Chichi now," Lu Wenhua comforted her. "Actually, I have a problem now and I hope you can promise me." Su Zipei suddenly thought of something. "After we get married, can we move to a small villa? I just hope that no matter when Chichi comes home, she will have a hot meal to eat. That way, even if someone suspects her relationship with young Master Sheng, she will be able to handle it. If I get married and the house is empty, how will Chichi answer to the Shen family?" Lu Wenhua listened to his wife and nodded. "Actually, the villa is closer to Eton. Of course I'm willing." Su Zipei got the answer and hugged Lu Wenhua gratefully. Perhaps Chichi was right. The heavens had left the best for her last. After that, Su Zipei called Mu Chichi. Mu Chichi had just woken up and when she learned that Xing Xiao had sent her a gift, she gave him a big kiss on the cheek. Xing Xiao opened his eyes in confusion. When he saw Mu Chichi put down her phone, he pulled her into his arms and pinned her under his body. "Xiao Xiao, I'm going to be late. You should know the consequences when you kissed me." Men were usually excited in the morning, especially when Mu Chichi looked so obsessed with him. It was a blatant seduction. "But the professor's class is really scary. Can it be scarier than me?" Xing Xiao's hair was messy at the moment, and he looked so sexy. Moreover, he was naked and his eyes were full of lust. Which woman could resist such temptation? "Forget it. I'll admit it even if I fail the class." Mu Chichi raised her hands and surrendered. Soon she was addicted to his touch and kisses. She did not have the energy to think about anything else. So, the bedroom in the morning was very romantic, especially the sounds. It made her blush and let her imagination run wild. Actually, not only Mu Chichi but Xing Xiao was also late. The meeting in Huangyao was delayed for an hour. When Jing Yun saw Xing Xiao, he was full of energy. Obviously, he was satisfied. He had the person he loved in his arms. Even if it was a business deal worth billions, he could still postpone it. When she looked at the Rong family, Rong Junhan had a mental breakdown when she knew that her brother would not be able to escape from prison. Rong Group was in a mess now. The shareholders had withdrawn their investments and some had sold their shares. There was no one who could clean up the mess. Was it her daughter? She could not count on it. Because Yu Jing had been thinking about how to find another man to rely on. How could she make a comeback in such a situation? The more Rong Junhan thought about it, the colder she felt. In the end, she said to Yu Jing, "Shen Jianchuan is also in this hospital. Push me to see him." "Mom, are you going to beg this man? He is just a cripple. He can't help us." "Don't talk nonsense. You just need to push me to him," Rong Junhan said coldly. Her fracture was in a cast, so it was difficult for her to move. "Okay." Yu Jing found a wheelchair and pushed Rong Junhan to the 8th floor of the hospital. It was the ward where Shen Jianchuan was recuperating. After lunch, Shin Jianchuan was about to take a nap. But when he saw his old friend, he was immediately awake. You are the one who planned everything, Jianchuan. Because other than you, I can't think of anyone else in the Shin family who would be so ruthless. Shin Jianchuan leaned against the headboard and looked at Rong Junhan calmly. This is the price you have to pay for letting me live. Rong Junhan laughed at herself when she got the answer. I was wondering how a disabled person who can't even speak properly could do so many things behind the scenes. But I have underestimated you. You're famous for being a vengeful person. I made you suffer in bed for more than 10 years. Will you leave me alone? I am too naive. Yu Jing heard their conversation and went forward angrily. She wanted to hit Shin Jianchuan. But Rong Junhan stopped her. Do whatever you want if you want to die faster. Mom, he is just a cripple. His body is damaged but his brain is not. If you still want to live, you'd better get out of here. Rong Junhan shouted at Yu Jing. She was so agitated that she almost hurt her wound. Yu Jing stomped her feet and went out obediently. Chapter 199. I'm just a useless person. Shin Jianchuan could now speak a sentence more fluently. In that case, you still want to make life difficult for us. Rong Junhan said agitatedly. I've taken care of you for more than 10 years. Can't you spare our lives? Who did I become like this? Shin Jianchuan asked Rong Junhan. I didn't do it on purpose. You did. Shin Jianchuan said confidently. If you want me to spare your life, it depends on your attitude. Are you going to cling on to something that doesn't exist, or are you willing to disappear from Jianchuan? Rong Junhan understood what Shin Jianchuan meant. Shin Jianchuan wanted her to give up everything and leave Jianchuan with Yu Jing. Moreover, she was not allowed to step into this city ever again. Will you let us go if we do that? At least, I won't bother to help you if you're somewhere else. Shin Jianchuan replied. He was a man with a daughter now. What awaited him next was rehabilitation training. He did not want to waste any more time on this family of scum. However, he could not watch this family of 3 walk around in front of him so shamelessly. I understand. Rong Junhan nodded. She looked hopeless. If you want to disappear, you must disappear completely. Rong Junhan looked at her leg that was in a cast. She thought of her brother who was going to be imprisoned. She could not help but cry. She had been scheming for so many years. She had been hiding in the Shin family for so many years. But in the end she could not even go home. Shin Jianchuan did not pity her at all. After all, this woman had done all kinds of bad things. Rong Junhan knew that there was nothing she could do in front of Shin Jianchuan. She could only hide her embarrassment. She called Yu Jing into the ward and pushed her away from Shin Jianchuan's territory. Mom, what should we do next? Go home and pack your things. We are moving out of Jianchuan. What? Yu Jing exclaimed. If you don't want to be the one with a broken leg, then don't ask. Yu Jing kept quiet when she thought of her parents lying in the hospital. She could not imagine how scary Shin Jianchuan was. He would kill them all. But her mother had been scheming for her whole life. But she ended up like this. Yu Jing felt that her world was collapsing. Saturday came quickly. Before she went to the Shin family, Mu Chichi brought chicken soup to the hospital to visit Shin Jianchuan. Dad, drink it while it's hot. Shin Jianchuan looked at his daughter and knew that she was going to attend the birthday banquet today. He smiled and said, Are you here to learn from me? What are you thinking? I just want to see you. Mu Chichi answered him. I'm here to see how Rong Junhan is doing. Didn't Grandpa say that she is also in this hospital? When Rong Junhan was mentioned, Shin Jianchuan was silent for a moment. Then he replied, You won't be able to see this family in Jianchuan anymore. Mu Chichi didn't quite understand. The whole family left. Shin Jianchuan replied. Maybe I'm old and don't want to kill them all. As long as she disappears from my sight, I can let her live. The Rong clan only has herself to blame for this outcome. Mu Chichi nodded. Then she smiled at Shin Jianchuan. Then we'll have to look forward to the future. You must get well soon or I'll be bullied in the Shin family. Who dares to bully you? You don't know. Mu Chichi pouted. I heard from your grandfather that Shin Rui likes you a lot, doesn't she? Shin Jianchuan reminded her not to throw a tantrum. But if someone comes to trouble you, I will be your strongest support. You don't have to be afraid of anything. I know. She had a great boyfriend and a great father. What was there for her to be afraid of now? After visiting Shin Jianchuan in the hospital, Mu Chichi went back to her new home. She changed into a black A-line dress. There was a layer of black muslin on top of the dress. She looked elegant and her skin was fair. At her age she was in her prime. As long as there was a confident smile on her face, She would attract attention no matter where she went. Mu Chichi did not know that Xing Xiao was going to the birthday banquet. She asked Uncle Lin to send her to the Shin family at 5 o'clock. She had to meet Grandpa Shin and go to the birthday banquet with Shin Rui. Shin Rui was wearing a blue dress and her hair was braided. She looked very special. It seemed that she knew her shortcomings. So, she always wanted to find something special to make herself look more attractive. Chichi, you are so beautiful. Shin Rui was surprised when she saw Mu Chichi. I think your hair is very beautiful today. Shin Rui smiled when she heard the compliment. I learned it overseas. I will teach you how to braid it someday. Third aunt stood aside and pulled her cloak. She rolled her eyes at them and muttered, What do you mean by beautiful? You are just an illegitimate child. What is there to praise? We can leave after Grandpa has changed. Shin Rui was not affected by her mother at all. She was very friendly to Mu Chichi. Mu Chichi put on a fake smile. She knew that third aunt, who was not far from her, had a resentful look on her face. Soon Grandpa Shin walked out of the room. He was wearing a blue striped suit. He looked very energetic. Since you are ready, let's go. Mu Chichi went forward and held Grandpa Shin's arm. Shin Rui was pulled aside by third aunt. She secretly gave Shin Rui a bag and put it in her silver handbag. If you want to embarrass the girl tonight, you can apply this on her body. It will cause an allergic reaction. Be careful. Mom? Shin Rui was shocked. Don't be stubborn. You have to fight for your future. Aren't you afraid now that your grandfather likes this illegitimate child so much? Shin Rui was helpless. But she did not get angry at her mother. She would never use the thing her mother prepared. But she did not have time to take it out. So she could only put it in her handbag. The three of them got into the car. But Grandpa Shin looked at Shin Rui. Rui, you are the eldest sister of the Shin family. Don't be bewitched by some evil tricks. Grandpa, don't worry. I will take good care of Chichi. Shin Rui smiled and held Mu Chichi's hand. If it was someone else, they would have long fallen in love with this elder sister, right? Chapter 200. Especially when Shin Rui was so friendly to her. Even Grandpa Shin would be suspicious. Chichi, don't be nervous at the banquet tonight. They are my old comrades. They won't make things difficult for you. I know, Grandpa. Anyway, she was used to gossip. She would easily become the topic of gossip when she was in such a situation. She was a twin. How could she have two fathers? It was normal for others to be curious. She could pretend that she did not hear anything as long as it was not too much. I will keep a close eye on Chichi's location, Shin Rui said to the two of them. Grandpa Shin was very satisfied with his two granddaughters. One was talented in literature and the other was logical. They were both good descendants of the Shin family. They had brought glory to the Shin family. Soon, the car of the Shin family arrived at the entrance of the hotel where the banquet was held. The hotel staff helped Mu Chichi get off the car. Grandpa Lin, the protagonist of the birthday banquet, was standing at the entrance. He was wearing a white suit and looked quite handsome. When he saw his old comrade, he quickly came to welcome him. Just call him Grandpa Lin later. I will bring you along. Shin Rui reminded Mu Chichi. Mu Chichi nodded and followed Grandpa Shin with Shin Rui. Rui has become prettier. Grandpa Lin looked at Shin Rui and smiled warmly. Then he looked at Mu Chichi. He seemed to understand what was going on. He said to Grandpa Shin, You are indeed Jianchuan's daughter. You are so handsome. Don't say that. She is still a little girl. She will have to rely on the elders to take care of her in the future. Please come in. After some polite greetings, the three of them entered the banquet hall. Looking at the colorful decorations of the banquet hall, and seeing that most of the guests were dressed in military uniforms, Mu Chichi knew very well that it was no wonder that her third aunt was trying so hard not to let her take the limelight for herself on such an occasion. Mu Chichi tilted her head and looked at Shin Rui. She knew most of the guests because they often walked around. So, she was not so nervous when she greeted someone she was familiar with. Hey Rui, is this your younger sister? A woman in a red dress stopped and looked at Mu Chichi. She asked Shin Rui. Yes, Aunt Yao. Shin Rui greeted her politely. Then she said to Mu Chichi, This is Aunt Yao. Hello, Aunt Yao. She looked at Mu Chichi and pursed her lips into a smile. She nodded in acknowledgement, but her gaze was so meaningful that it made people choke on their throats and mind it very much. Then the woman left. Shin Rui turned around and said to Mu Chichi, Stay away from her. She's quite a gossip. Wasn't this gossip? Now he was chatting with someone else and he kept glancing at Mu Chichi. Grandpa Shin was greeting everyone along the way. So Mu Chichi was led by Shin Rui. So, Shinrui brought Muchichi to the place where the young men and ladies gathered together. Roy, is this your sister? There were 5 or 6 people standing in front of him. They were both men and women and they were all about 18 or 19 years old. However, each of them had a confident attitude on their faces. One look and you could tell that they had extraordinary backgrounds. Shinrui looked at Muchichi and nodded. Yes, my sister. The man didn't ask any more questions. Instead, he turned around and said to his friends, have you heard about this girl's background? It's interesting. Shinrui's expression changed when she heard that. She looked at Muchichi. But Muchichi didn't have much reaction. It was because she was already mentally prepared for it. I heard that her mother and 2 men. That's why they gave birth to a pair of twins. I heard from my mother that the young master of the Shin family was a man with a heavy taste when he was young. I didn't expect him to have such a taste. Knowing that they were up to no good, Shinrui turned around with Muchichi. Don't listen to them. The kids who grew up in the military are all lawless and spoiled. They don't care about other people's feelings. They only think that it's fun. Then I'll go and humiliate them. Muchichi got rid of Shinrui's hand and went back to the 5 men. Chichi. Shinrui was anxious. She was afraid that Muchichi would make a fool of herself. But Muchichi wouldn't accept it. She asked them directly, do you think that my family background is cool? None of them expected Muchichi to provoke them so bluntly, and all 5 of them looked at her with interest. We are wondering why you still have the cheek to appear here. Don't you think that your family background is embarrassing? I don't think so, Muchichi answered calmly. She didn't look down on herself at all. That's interesting. Don't you know that half of the people in this banquet are talking about you behind your back? One of the boys who was wearing a white suit said, if I were you, I would have crawled into a hole in the ground. How shameless. So, what's the role of your parents in this banquet? A major general in the army. He has great achievements, the boy said proudly. Even a major general can only cultivate a person who talks behind people's back. He's a sneaky person who bullies the weak and fears the strong. Muchichi retorted calmly. What's wrong with my family background? Does it bother you? A major general's upbringing is just SOSO. Let me ask you again. What are your achievements? You're already 18 or 19 years old. Don't tell me that you only know how to eat, drink, and have fun? The boy stuttered when he was asked about his shortcomings. I know that you will talk behind people's backs. You guys look like good friends. So, I have reason to believe that you will be marked by the company you keep. Do you think that I want to be respected by you? You think too highly of yourself. They were so angry that their faces turned red. But they didn't dare to be presumptuous because their parents were there. But Muchichi was different. It was her first time here. Even if she did something wrong, she would be forgiven first. Shinrui witnessed the whole process of Muchichi's retaliation. She was worried that Muchichi would say something vulgar and bring shame to the Shin family. Chichi, don't bother with these people. Just stay away from them. They're just a bunch of rich men. They might come to find trouble with you. Sure. Muchichi was not afraid. She was being bullied now. How was she different from before? Chapter 201. I'm fine, Grandpa. I was humiliated by a few kids just now. But it's fine now, Grandpa. Shinrui's answer was on the top. Muchichi's answer was on the bottom. Grandpa Shin glanced at Muchichi and asked her, how did they humiliate you? Muchichi told Grandpa Mu everything from the beginning. She did not hide anything. But in Shinrui's eyes, Muchichi was just looking for trouble. Because she was not the one who was bullied. She just wanted to maintain her image as a well-mannered person. She did not want to have any conflict with anyone at the scene. But Muchichi was not afraid of fighting. Grandpa Shin's eyes darkened when he heard that. He asked Muchichi, tell me, which kids did you bully? Muchichi pointed at the few people beside her. Grandpa Shin immediately recognized those children. They were the devil's incarnations. It was his granddaughter's first time attending such a banquet. She was humiliated in front of everyone. No one would be able to accept it. Grandpa, it's just a quarrel between kids. It's not as serious as you think. Shinrui tried to calm Grandpa Shin down immediately. If you go and find trouble with those kids, I won't be able to get along with them anymore. Grandpa Shin did not say anything. He just looked at Shinrui with a meaningful gaze. I don't want to spend too much time with them. Muchichi told Shinrui frankly. Sister Rui, you can stay away from me if you don't want to get involved. Little girl, follow me. Grandpa Shin protected Muchichi by his side. Then he brought her back to his comrades. But Mu Chichi's action had alerted the parents of the kids. They were not from ordinary families. So, it was inevitable that they would feel embarrassed. Old General Shen, your granddaughter is really eloquent. It's the first time that she made the devil of the family so angry with just a few words. But it's just a quarrel between kids. I hope you won't mind it. The Major General's father walked up to the old man and spoke in a strange tone. Grandpa Shen smiled and patted Mu Chichi's shoulder. He replied, "It's important to know one's place. You should know what you should say and what you shouldn't. I'm afraid you should go back and teach your son a lesson. Otherwise, even if my granddaughter doesn't teach him a lesson today, he will be taught a lesson by someone else. Of course I won't take such a small matter to heart. However, if my granddaughter is unhappy, I won't be happy either. Today is Elder Lin's birthday, so it's not appropriate for me to lose my temper here. But, even though I'm retired, I still believe that my words carry some weight. Major General Zhong, you should behave yourself. You don't have to worry about that. I'm more worried about you, old Shin. After all, this is the world of the young. Aren't you afraid that your granddaughter will cause a disaster one day?" Of course, the other party wouldn't be afraid of a retired old chief. Grandpa Shin smiled calmly, but he was not afraid at all. Just then, the Lin family knew that Grandpa Shin had a conflict with someone, so they quickly came to mediate. "Oh, is everyone laughing at the Lin family for not taking good care of them? Both of you are people of high status. I hope that old Shin and Major General Zhong can be kind to each other for my father's sake. You're humiliating someone else's family matter in public. Are you saying that the Shin family is in the wrong?" Grandpa Shin's voice became a little sharper. "You have to be taught a lesson if you're not taught well. Old Shin, don't cross the line." The Major General couldn't let go of his pride. "If I'm crossing the line, why would I let my granddaughter be bullied by your son? You don't have the right to argue with me yet." Everyone was protective of their children, but old Master Sheng had to tell the other party that Mu Chichi was not someone who could be bullied by anyone. His son was not someone who could be insulted and slandered by anyone. If he was bullied the first time, how was Xiao Qi going to attend such occasions in the future? Of course, both of them were embarrassed. But Mu Chichi and her granddaughter did not suffer any loss. Shin Rui took a deep breath. She always wanted to be peaceful. She thought that she would not be liked by others if she competed with them. So, she thought that Mu Chichi should not make a big deal out of it. Her mother said that Mu Chichi had a low EQ, but she did not agree with it. But how could Mu Chichi not know about it? But she had already said that she would not give in on this kind of thing. It was not because she had a high EQ. If she still smiled when others were stepping on her head, that would be called stupid. She would not accept this kind of thing even if it was 100 years later. More and more people were talking about Mu Chichi in the banquet hall. Of course, there were different opinions about her. But she did not care about other people's opinions. It was more important for her to live comfortably. At that moment, there was a commotion in the crowd. Mu Chichi looked towards the entrance of the hotel. She saw a man in a black suit entering the banquet hall with Jing Yun. "You must be Xing Xiao. Didn't you say that sixth brother is coming?" The guests were paying close attention to the crown prince of Huang Yao. It could not be helped. He was the center of attention no matter where he went. Mu Chichi looked at Xing Xiao. Xing Xiao looked at Mu Chichi too. How many people in the banquet hall greeted Xing Xiao? But he did not respond to them. He would respond to the elders. But he would not even look at those who were not important to him. Mu Chichi was afraid that her relationship with Xing Xiao would be exposed. So she turned around and looked at Shin Rui. But in a blink of an eye, she saw Shin Rui looking at Xing Xiao. She could not fake the admiration and surprise in her eyes. Suddenly she understood why Shin Rui wanted to get close to her. No wonder Shin Rui noticed Xing Xiao's English name. But Mu Chichi looked away quietly. Then she saw Xing Xiao walking to her and Grandpa Shen. "Uncle Shen. You're here too." Grandpa Shen smiled at him. Xing Xiao was an important person. He knew what was going on when he saw the situation in front of him. He patted Mu Chichi's head and protected her. Did the little girl get into trouble? She did not get into trouble. But she was bullied. Grandpa Shen looked at Major General Zhong. Xing Xiao knew what he meant. He smiled and said, "I will take care of her. You can relax now. Then take good care of Xiao Qi for me," the old man ordered. "If she gets talked about again, I'll make trouble for you." Chapter 202. People were afraid of Xing Xiao because Xing Xiao was not someone who could be persuaded by force or persuasion. Moreover, he did things according to his mood. He had many ways to take revenge. Most importantly, he would always remember that grudge in his heart. Major General Zhong restrained himself when he saw Xing Xiao supporting Mu Qiqi. He did not think for himself. He had to think for his son. Offending Xing Xiao might not end well. He did not want his son to wake up on a mountain 4,000 meters above sea level. He did not want his son to wake up one day. Xing Xiao often did that to others. Major General Zhong wanted to turn and leave without drawing attention, but Xing Xiao saw him turn and quickly called out, "Major General Zhong, if I hear your son speaking rudely to Mu Qiqi in public like this again, he's going to suffer. There are 5 of them. Are you going to teach each of them a lesson? There are 5 of them. I will spend more money. I have money." Major General Zhong did not look happy. But he could not do anything to Xing Xiao. So he could only swallow his anger and leave. Humph, these people are really afraid of the strong and bully the weak. Grandpa Shin snorted when he saw that. I'm getting old. I'm not as strong as I used to be. That's because they underestimate your power. Grandpa Shin did not make any guesses about their relationship, because they were each other's benefactors. So, he understood that Xing Xiao would want to protect Mu Qiqi in such a situation. Then I will leave it to you. Grandpa Shin smiled and pushed Mu Qiqi closer to Xing Xiao. Don't cause trouble for your uncle Xing Xiao. Xing Xiao raised his eyebrows at Mu Qiqi. He had something to tell her. But Xin Rui came up to him and greeted him. Uncle Xiao, do you remember me? Xing Xiao glanced at Xin Rui. Then he asked casually, who are you? I am, forget it. I don't need to know who you are. It's a waste of time to remember your name. Come with me. Xing Xiao did not allow Xin Rui to finish her sentence. He dragged Mu Qiqi away immediately. Now that Xing Xiao was by Mu Qiqi's side, everyone was looking at them again. The crown prince of the Sheng family seems to have something to do with that girl from the Shin family. No wonder he's so arrogant. It turns out that he has the crown prince behind him. Why would the scions of the aristocratic families fear him? That was because Xing Xiao was a ruthless character who showed no mercy to outsiders. He did not even care about his own family and friends. If he provoked someone, he would immediately tease them to death. He would use any kind of torture to show off. That was why he was such a famous demon in the outside world. Xing Xiao brought Mu Qiqi to the buffet counter and asked her to get some snacks. On the way here, she had texted Xing Xiao that she had not eaten anything, and Xing Xiao remembered that the little one had not filled her stomach, so he asked her to fill the bottom first. Xiao, I think Xin Rui approached me because of you. She likes you. Mu Qiqi held the plate and stared at the man beside her. Xing Xiao looked at Mu Qiqi abruptly. Was the little one getting jealous? I'll say it again. I don't have any impression of her. Xing Xiao answered Mu Qiqi directly. She's just an insignificant person. But she approached me because she wants to get close to you. But I know my Xiaoqier will not let her get close to me. Xing Xiao smiled confidently. He sounded like he was asking for a beating. Mu Qiqi glared at him. This man was really annoying. Don't worry. No one in this world is your match, okay? After teasing Mu Qiqi, he smiled and added. Mu Qiqi smiled as well. She took some snacks and sat at the banquet table. Xing Xiao sat next to her and put his right hand on the back of Mu Qiqi's chair. He looked as if he was protecting her. No one would dare to be presumptuous towards Mu Qiqi anymore. Mu Qiqi smiled. She took a seat next to Mu Qiqi. Not far away, Xin Rui was envious of Mu Qiqi. She was so envious that her eyes turned red. For so many years she could only look at Xing Xiao from afar. She never had the chance to be so close to Xing Xiao like Mu Qiqi did. She wanted to be close to Xing Xiao too. But Xing Xiao did not remember her at all. He did not remember her. So, being nice to Mu Qiqi was the only way for her to get close to Xing Xiao. But when she lowered her head, she suddenly thought of the things in her handbag. She was very nervous because she had never done such a bad thing before. But she did not want to miss such an opportunity. Xin Rui was struggling in her heart. Mu Qiqi ate the pastries with satisfaction. She felt more full now. But Grandpa Xing suddenly walked toward them. He said to Mu Qiqi, Qiqi, come with me. I'll bring you to meet Grandpa Lin's grandson. Mu Qiqi was stunned. She turned and looked at Xing Xiao. Xing Xiao was expressionless. But Mu Qiqi could feel that he was trying his best to control himself. So Mu Qiqi smiled and said to Grandpa Xing, Grandpa, I'm still hungry. It's not good for my image now. They won't mind. Get up. Grandpa, I really don't want to get to know the young master of the Lin family. Can you let me be more comfortable? Mu Qiqi felt helpless. So, she told Grandpa Xing directly, I have a boyfriend outside. Are you lying to me? Grandpa Xing stared at her. Even if it's true, it's just a boyfriend. You're not married. I'm just asking you to get to know him. What are you afraid of? I'm afraid. She was afraid that the man beside her would eat her up. Shinrui walked toward them. She helped Grandpa Sheng to persuade Muchichi. The young master of the Lin family is really handsome. You'll like him, Chichi. I think my sister is more suitable. Grandpa, please don't force me. Can you? Grandpa Shin took a deep breath helplessly. He pointed at her and looked disappointed. You're such a stupid girl. It's good to be stupid, Muchichi said. Bring your boyfriend home and let me have a look at him. Then Grandpa Shing left. She could tell that he was very disappointed. Muchichi looked at the so-called young master of the Lin family through the crowd. She was not interested at all. But Shinrui still felt that the matter was not serious enough. She continued to persuade her. Chichimuan is really a good girl. You'll like him. You shouldn't reject my kindness. Sister Rui, I said I have a boyfriend. Muchichi explained patiently. Shinrui did not give up. She added, you'll know my kindness in the future. Chapter 203. Lin Mu, and was handsome, especially his long and narrow eyes. He was really attractive. Such a man seemed to be full of emotions. Just look at what he said. It was really attractive. Mu, and you and Muchichi seem to be a good match. Shinrui smiled. Really? Thank you, Sister Rui. But Lin Mu, and glanced at Xing Xiao who was standing beside Muchichi. He greeted him politely. Nice to meet you, Crown Prince. Xing Xiao looked up at Lin Muan, but that glance was all it took for Lin Muan to understand, and he quickly added, but I think that Miss Chichi doesn't like to be interfered with by elders, and I happen to be the same. Xing Xiao looked at Lin Mu and with his chin and gave him a satisfied look. You are sensible. Lin Mu, and laughed in his mind. He was worried for himself. Was Grandpa Shen setting him up? How could he get to know the person whom the Crown Prince was protecting? Others might not be able to see it. But he was an experienced man in love. He could see the murderous look in his eyes. Feelings can be cultivated. Sister Rui, there are still many guests tonight. I'm sorry that I can't serve you well. I'll go now. Miss Muchichi, nice to meet you. Lin Mu, and was sensible. He did not dare to offend her. Muchichi had a good impression of Lin Muan. At least he was more sensible than Shinrui. She knew why Shinrui helped her. Firstly, she wanted Muchichi to owe her a favor. Secondly, she wanted to get close to Xing Xiao. But she certainly didn't know that her action made Xing Xiao want to strangle her. Soon, everyone had a new direction for gossip. Even the young master of the Lin family took the initiative to get to know her, but she ignored him. What was so charming about Muchichi? The others really wanted to know why, especially since Xing Xiao was so protective of the little one. Shinrui was so jealous. She did not realize how jealous she was. Uncle Xiao, you really love Muchichi. Don't eat too much. You'll have a stomachache later. Xing Xiao ignored Shinrui and reminded Muchichi. Shinrui felt awkward. She turned around and left. On the other hand, the children who argued with Muchichi just now laughed at Shinrui. You treat her as your younger sister, but she doesn't treat you as her elder sister. Look at her. You don't even exist in her eyes. Shinrui looked at them. Although what they said was unpleasant, it was the truth. She was so nice to Muchichi, but Muchichi did not care about her at all. Shinrui's grip on her purse tightened when she thought about it. It was not a big deal that Muchichi was in the limelight at the banquet. After all, she did not care about that. But Muchichi had stolen Xing Xiao's attention, and that was something she could not tolerate. So, she felt that she did not need to worry too much. So, when everyone was gathered in the banquet hall, Shinrui went to the washroom with her handbag. Then she looked for the hotel service staff and told them something. Meanwhile, Muchichi noticed that there were too many eyes on them. She quickly said to Xing Xiao, you should go and walk around too. Otherwise, I'll become public enemy number one. What are you afraid of? Xing Xiao asked. But he still got up from his seat and walked to the elders. Then he talked to the guests. Of course, the guests also wanted to know why he was so protective of this little one. The Crown Prince seems to like this girl from the Shen family. Is there any special reason? The guests obviously wanted to know the gossip. This little one saved my life. She is my benefactor. Xing Xiao held his wine glass and smiled. So, I can't bear to see others bully her. The other party suddenly realized that the two of them had such a relationship. No wonder Xing Xiao was being so considerate. Then you should repay her well? Xing Xiao purposely revealed the fact that Muchichi was his benefactor. He wanted to prevent others from guessing. Besides, he wanted to let everyone know that Muchichi was the person Xing Xiao wanted to repay. No one could touch her. To have you protecting this little girl, it's really a blessing from 3 lifetimes. Lin Mu-in, who was standing aside, rolled his eyes elegantly. Sheng Zhao's words were only meant to brush off the older generation. He was a sharp-eyed man, and he could tell that the relationship between Sheng Xiao and Mu Qiqi was not ordinary, alright? Of course, he would not offend the crown prince for no reason. After all, he still had the ability to help others. But, did they not care about the difference in seniority between them? Moreover, he found Mu Qiqi very interesting. She fought against 5 people at the same time and fought against the children of the aristocratic families. Her courage was not something an ordinary daughter of a rich family would have. He wanted to see how far Sheng Xiao and Mu Qiqi could go. After all, he thought that most of these relationships would end in vain. Moreover, it happened to the crown prince. That was the Sheng family. Soon the banquet was about to begin. The guests entered the dining hall one after another. At this time, although Mu Qiqi was following behind Grandpa Shen, her eyes were fixed on Sheng Xiao. She wanted to know where this man was sitting. Grandpa Shen must be chatting with the elders. But the juniors had their own places to go. Mu Qiqi could not be separated from Shen Rui. So when Shen Rui called her, she walked over and sat beside Shen Rui. Because Mu Qiqi was concerned about where Sheng Xiao would be sitting, she did not notice that her chair was different from the others. Shen Rui did not touch the chair at all. She only glanced at the back of the chair from the corner of her eyes. Grandpa Lin went to the stage to give his speech. Soon the banquet began. Mu Qiqi saw Sheng Xiao, who was not far away from her. Sheng Xiao looked back at her and comforted her. "Be good. I will bring you home later." Mu Qiqi did not mind that Sheng Xiao was not by her side. But after a while she felt that her back was itchy. So she scratched it subconsciously. Then she rubbed her fingers and found something powdery. She brought it to her nose and sniffed it. Shen Rui saw her action and asked, "What's wrong? Is there a problem?" "Nothing." Mu Qiqi shook her head. But if Mu Qiqi observed carefully, she could see that Shen Rui was a little nervous. After all, she had never done such a thing before. She just wanted to show off in front of Sheng Xiao. So she could only let Mu Qiqi suffer. But she seemed to have forgotten something. Mu Qiqi was a medical student. Chapter 204. Shen Rui noticed that Mu Qiqi was restless. She quickly looked at her body. She noticed that her back was red and swollen. She exclaimed, "Qiqi, your back, it's red and swollen. It's so big." Mu Qiqi was having a hard time holding it in. Shen Rui stood up and said, "I'll send you to the hospital now." Sheng Xiao noticed Mu Qiqi's condition. He got up from his seat and walked toward them. Because Sheng Xiao was too eye-catching, many of the guests saw what happened. "What happened?" "Someone did something to my chair. It's been smeared with medicine." Mu Qiqi answered Sheng Xiao. Sheng Xiao steadied Mu Qiqi's body. Then he looked at her back and frowned. Soon he called Jing Yun, who was outside the arena. "Buy all the anti-allergy drugs in the pharmacy? Uncle Xiao, I'll buy them for Qiqi." "It's okay." Mu Qiqi was suspicious of Shen Rui. Shen Rui seemed to have felt it too. She immediately explained to Mu Qiqi, "Qiqi, are you suspecting me? I didn't mean to get this position. I didn't know it would turn out like this. I'll go and buy the medicine for you now." Shen Rui looked concerned and wronged. "Maybe it's those devils?" Mu Qiqi did not want to wrong Shen Rui. "Wait for me. I'll buy the medicine for you now. I'll be back soon." Shen Rui looked nervous. Then she got up from the chair. If Mu Qiqi guessed it right, it should be sulfonamide. It was used to treat burns. But if it was overdosed, it would cause allergic reactions. Sheng Xiao did not care about Shen Rui at all. He did not care that Shen Rui wanted his attention. Sheng Xiao knew that his little one was suffering. So he helped her up from the chair. Then he took off his suit jacket and put it on her. Then he left with her. Shen Rui did not expect Sheng Xiao to be so excited. She followed behind them. It was a good chance to show off. "What's wrong?" Grandpa Shen looked at the 3 of them from afar. Why did they stand up from the dining table instead of eating? Shen Rui wanted to explain. But Sheng Xiao had already helped Mu Qiqi up. He said to Grandpa Shen, "Xiao Qi is allergic. I'll send her to the hospital now." "Why are you allergic?" "The chair was smeared with medicine. You'll have to ask your granddaughter why she chose that spot out of all the others." "Old Shen, I've said it before. If the Shen family doesn't like Qiqi, the Sheng family can raise her." Grandpa Shen understood what Sheng Xiao meant. Seeing that Mu Qiqi was really upset, he said, "I will find out the truth and give you an explanation." Sheng Xiao did not say anything. He held Mu Qiqi and turned around. When he saw Shen Rui behind them, he immediately said to her, "You don't have to follow us. I'm worried about Chi-Chi. You don't have to worry about her. With that, he left the birthday party with Mu Chi-Chi. Shinrui stopped. She had mixed feelings. She wanted to act like a sincere sister. But when she chased after them, Xing Xiao had already left with Mu Chi-Chi. Since Shinrui was sitting with Mu Chi-Chi, she was definitely a suspect. Of course, Shinrui was a smart person. She knew that Xing Xiao and Grandpa Shen were suspecting her. But she did it on purpose. It was better than Xing Xiao not remembering her at all. On the other hand, Mu Chi-Chi was sitting in the passenger seat. She wanted to scratch her back. Don't scratch me again. I'm not careful enough. Mu Chi-Chi frowned. There were beads of sweat on her forehead. While Xing Xiao was driving, he called Jing Yun. Don't buy the medicine yet. Go to the hotel and get the surveillance footage first. It's not that serious. We found it early, said Mu Chi-Chi. Xiao Xiao, you have to believe me. I'm a medical student. I know the dosage. Do you have any idea? Xing Xiao wanted to ask the suspect. It's hard to guard against a sneaky person. But I can't rule out Shinrui's suspicion. Mu Chi-Chi felt uncomfortable. Because Shinrui was too worried about her, she had doubts in her heart. Xiao Xiao, if it's the Shin family's business, don't interfere. If it wasn't for the fact that you're our benefactor, we would have been exposed to all kinds of rumors. Little one, is this what you should worry about? Xing Xiao sneered. If he was not confident, why would he show up? I know better than you. I can guess what those people are thinking even with my eyes closed. No one is my match when it comes to playing with people's hearts. Mu Chi-Chi endured the itch. She knew that she had to be more vigilant in the future. Because Shinrui might use her to get close to Xing Xiao. The Lin family was alarmed when Xing Xiao left with Mu Chi-Chi. So the Lin family asked Lin Mu and to apologize to Grandpa Shen after the banquet. Grandpa Shen heard Lin Mu An's apology. He waved his hand and said that it was not the Lin family's fault. Moreover, he went to Shinrui's side after explaining the reason to his comrades. Shinrui's mind was filled with the image of Xing Xiao leaving with Mu Chi-Chi. So she was in a daze during the banquet. She was not afraid of being found out. She was just thinking about whether it was worthwhile to do it. Rui, what is going on? Shinrui was confused when she saw Grandpa Shen sitting down. Grandpa, I don't know why Mu Chi-Chi is allergic. I saw an empty seat here after we entered the banquet. So I saved one for Mu Chi-Chi. I don't know why this happened either. What is the truth? The CCTV can't lie to us. Grandpa Shen was not easy to fool. But he could not hurt his granddaughter's feelings. So his voice was gentle. Roy, I know that your mother does not like Mu Chi-Chi. But I hope that you will not become like your mother. It happened at the Lin family's banquet. So Lin Mu and asked someone to take away the chair that Mu Chi-Chi was sitting on. He asked the doctor to do a full examination. He also checked the CCTV to find out who was the most suspicious person. It was obvious that she did not respect the Lin family by doing such a thing at the Lin family's banquet. Grandpa, don't suspect me. Am I not good enough to Mu Chi-Chi? Shinrui asked Grandpa Shen. I understand that you suspect Mommy. But I am me and Mommy is Mommy. I hope that you can believe me. I will never hurt Mu Chi-Chi. Mu Chi-Chi's identity is special. She was born in a special family. I can understand that outsiders look down on her and bully her. But I can't stand it when a family member attacks another family member. I just want to be frank with you. Whether it is Mu Chi-Chi who treats you or you who treats Mu Chi-Chi, I hope that you will be like sisters and care for each other. I want to find out who is the one who has the dirty tricks. Chapter 205. Grandpa, I really didn't do it. You can ask Mu and to investigate it. Shinrui was very sure. Grandpa Shen looked deeply into his granddaughter's eyes. Seeing that she did not avoid his gaze, he nodded. Grandpa understands. Grandpa will investigate thoroughly and prove your innocence. Pack up, say goodbye to the Lin family and then go home. Shinrui nodded. But she still looked aggrieved. The two of them walked to Grandpa Lin. The Lin family apologized to Grandpa Shen. It's our fault for not taking good care of Chi-Chi. What are you talking about? It's not a big deal. I just hope that Mu and will visit the Shen family often in the future. After chatting for a while, Old Master Lin sent Old Master Shen out of the hotel. After Grandpa Shen got into the car, he felt upset when he saw that Chi-Chi was not with him. Shinrui was expressionless too. But it was not because she was worried about Mu Chi-Chi. It was because she did not maximize the value of this matter. On the other hand, Xing Xiao and Mu Chi-Chi had already returned home. After a checkup, the drugs on Mu Chi-Chi's body were indeed sulfonamides. Fortunately, she discovered it early and there was no big problem. After reaching home, Muchichi gave Grandpa Shin a call to make sure that she had taken her medicine and would be fine after a night's sleep. Grandpa Shin asked Muchichi to rest early. But Shinroi said, "Grandpa, let's go to the small villa to visit Muchichi. Then we will feel more at ease." In fact, the old man also wanted to see his granddaughter. "It's on the way and it's close to the villa." At this moment, Grandpa Shin had hung up the phone. He did not tell Muchichi that he was rushing to the small villa with Shinroi. More importantly, Muchichi and Xing Xiao were not at the small mansion right now. After talking to Grandpa Shin, Muchichi also called Su Zipei. She told Su Zipei not to worry. But she did not know that 20 minutes later, Grandpa Shin's car drove into the small villa. Seeing that the lights in the villa were on, Shinroi immediately said to Grandpa Shin, "I'll knock on the door." Grandpa Shin nodded and followed Shinroi. Soon, Su Zipei opened the door and walked out of the living room. Su Zipei did not know Shinroi, but she knew Grandpa Shin. She was shocked when she saw Grandpa Shin coming to the small villa without any warning. But she maintained her composure. "Miss Su, is Chi-Chi asleep?" Grandpa Su asked quickly. "I slept for a while." Su Zipei looked upstairs and replied, "But don't worry. She has taken her medicine. Do you want me to go upstairs and call her?" "If it's convenient." Shinroi answered politely, "Hello, Aunt. I'm Shinroi, Chi-Chi's cousin." Su Zipei nodded and said to Lu Wenhua in the living room, "Wenhua, go upstairs and call Chi-Chi. Tell her that Grandpa is here to see her." Chi-Chi wasn't even in the small mansion at the moment. Where could he go to get her? But Lu Wenhua reacted quickly. He went upstairs and knocked on Chi-Chi's door. He called her name and pretended that they were having a conversation. After a while, Lu Wenhua went downstairs and said to Grandpa Shin, "Grandpa Shin, I think it's better to let Chi-Chi sleep first today. She has taken her medicine and is very dizzy now. We don't want her to wake up again." Grandpa Shin felt that it was reasonable. He took 2 steps back and said, "Then I will come tomorrow." "Okay, I will send you off." Grandpa Shin waved his hand and pointed at the driveway behind him. "We will go back since it's on the way. You should rest early." Su Zipei and Lu Wenhua looked at each other. After sending them off, they heaved a sigh of relief. Luckily, Grandpa Shin believes me. Otherwise, I don't know how to explain myself if he asks about Chi-Chi's whereabouts. I don't know how long we can hide it from him. Lu Wenhua was worried. It's not easy to fool the Shin family. Moreover, Grandpa Shin really cares about Chi-Chi. I don't know how he will feel if he knows about the relationship between Chi-Chi and young Master Sheng. It can't be helped. They are not related by blood. If they are separated because of such a ridiculous seniority, Chi-Chi will be very sad. I believe in young Master Sheng. He will make the best arrangements. Wenhua, don't worry. Of course, Lu Wenhua trusted Xing Xiao. But he was still worried about Chi-Chi. After all, he was Chi-Chi's uncle now. Grandpa Shin did not notice anything wrong. But it was different for Shinroi. She had good hearing. She did not hear Muchichi's voice at all. Moreover, there were Muchichi's shoes on the shoe cabinet at the door. Did she not need to change her shoes? She felt that Muchichi's aunt was hiding something. But she was not sure. She could not tell Grandpa Shin. Otherwise, Grandpa Shin would say that she was trying to stir up trouble again. But she felt that there was something wrong with Muchichi. So, she could only wait for further verification. It was already 11 o'clock at night when they returned to the Shin family. Third daughter-in-law was still waiting in the living room. She had heard about what happened at the banquet from her friend. Muchichi was allergic and Grandpa Shin questioned her daughter. It was fine that Muchichi was in the limelight. It was fine that Xing Xiao was involved in it. But why was Grandpa Shin so biased towards Muchichi? "Mom, why aren't you sleeping yet?" "I'm waiting for you. I'm worried about you. Apart from me, who else in this family will treat you sincerely?" Third daughter-in-law pulled Shinroi to her side in an exaggerated manner. She sounded angry. "Dad, Muchichi is unlucky. She fell into someone else's trap. Why are you blaming Rui?" "Mom, you don't know what happened at that time." Shinroi explained quickly. "I only know that your grandpa doesn't trust you at all. He only has Muchichi in his heart now. So, are you going to argue with me?" Grandpa Shin turned around and looked at third daughter-in-law coldly. "Dad, you're being unreasonable. I'm afraid that things will turn out like this. It's fine that you love Muchichi. You want to be fair. But Muchichi was tricked. Why are you blaming Rui? If this goes on, we'll all move away." Grandpa Shin snorted coldly and ignored third daughter-in-law. After Grandpa Shin left, third daughter-in-law grabbed Shinroi and asked, Did you really use the medicine? Shinruoi's gaze changed. She did not answer her mother's question. Instead, she walked quickly to her room. Answer me, my daughter. Shinruoi did not answer her mother. Because she knew that her mother wanted her to marry into the Lin family. But she was not interested in the Lin family at all. She was just thinking about how she could get closer to Xingxiao. Obviously, Mu Qiqi was the only way. But if she did that today, Mu Qiqi? Chapter 206. But if she told Mu Qiqi about it, everything would be over if Mu Qiqi did not keep her mouth shut. Especially if Grandpa and the others knew about it. So, Shinruoi decided not to tell Mu Qiqi that she liked Xingxiao. After all, she could always find another chance. But if Mu Qiqi found out about it, she would be in a passive position. Moreover, Mu Qiqi was not a person who could adapt to circumstances. She was unmoved by force or persuasion. No one knew who taught her that, but she was so similar to Xingxiao. She simply wouldn't know that Mu Qiqi was Xingxiao's proudest masterpiece. Not long after Grandpa Shen and Mu Qiqi left, Su Zipei told Mu Qiqi about Grandpa Shen and Mu Qiqi's visit. Although they managed to send Grandpa Shen away this time, it was hard to guarantee that there would be a next time. Moreover, Mu Qiqi felt uncomfortable when she knew that Shinruoi liked Xingxiao. Xingxiao saw Mu Qiqi lying beside him without saying a word. So, he put down the ointment and pinched Mu Qiqi's nose. What are you thinking about? Why are you so deep in thought? I just feel that our relationship is getting more and more tense. If Shinruoi really likes you, I can't get along with her openly. It's not right. I don't want to be a white lotus. Although Grandpa managed to fool him tonight, he will know that I don't live in the villa one day. So, do you feel guilty when you are with me? Xingxiao asked her. I just feel that we won't be able to keep it a secret any longer. What should we do then? Mu Qiqi asked Xingxiao helplessly. She seemed to be really confused. No matter what happens in the end, no one can shake your position. Xingxiao hugged Mu Qiqi in his arms. No one can stop you from being my little lover. So, just do what you think is right. Don't worry about anything. Okay. Mu Qiqi buried her head in his chest. I believe you. I like you the most, Xiao Xiao. Since Shinruoi's matter had troubled his little one, he would certainly think of a way to solve it. Moreover, it would not be an ordinary way because it would not be able to solve Shinruoi's problem. He had to find a way to solve the problem once and for all. Xingxiao hugged Mu Qiqi and patted her back. After a while, he heard Mu Qiqi say, I will draw a line with Shinruoi tomorrow. You are mine. Mu Qiqi was stunned. In the darkness, Xingxiao smiled and kissed Mu Qiqi's ear softly. Wasn't it hell for him to be with Mu Qiqi? It was just as torturous. But for this little one he would use all his means and strength. The next day, because it was the weekend, Mu Qiqi prepared some gifts for Shinruoi. Then she brought them to the Shin family. On the other hand, she wanted to cover up the lies she told last night. Why are you here so early in the morning? If you're not feeling well, you should rest more, Grandpa Xing said. I wanted to see Sister Rui, so I came here. Moreover, I was asleep when you came to see me last night. I feel bad for making you come here for nothing. Go and see your sister. Grandpa Xing saw her holding the gifts. He thought that they would become good sisters. He was happy. But Mu Qiqi was here to return the favor. Shinruoi felt strange when she saw Mu Qiqi handing over the gifts. I gave you those gifts for our first meeting. I don't want you to return the gifts. We're sisters. Sister Rui, I'm not a likable person. I don't like to hide things. I feel uneasy when you give me such expensive gifts. I'll feel better if you give me these gifts. If that's the case then, fine. But, Qiqi, did you misunderstand what happened last night? I really didn't know that on the chair. It has nothing to do with that. Shinruoi looked at Mu Qiqi carefully. She saw the alienation in her eyes. She nodded. It's good that you didn't misunderstand. Then I'll go fishing with Grandpa. Shinruoi smiled at her. She did not force her. After Mu Qiqi left, Shinruoi felt that her efforts were in vain. Mu Qiqi was not just unlikable. She was a tough person. She was like a porcupine. She was hard to deal with. Third aunt saw her daughter's expression when she entered the room. She asked about it and found out that Mu Qiqi was here to return the gifts. Why did you flatter that B***starred for no reason? Why is she worth your effort? You should have put the medicine into her mouth last night and disfigured her face. Mom, you don't know anything. Since Mu Qiqi did not appreciate her kindness, she did not need to waste her effort on Mu Qiqi. Although Xingxiao treated Mu Qiqi well, she knew that Xingxiao did not see Mu Qiqi for a long time. Of course, it was third aunt who told her that. because Jing Yun kept emphasizing that Xing Xiao and Mu Qiqi were not as close as they thought. Grandpa Shin smiled when he saw Mu Qiqi at the fish pond. Qiqi, tell me honestly. Do you suspect that your sister did what happened last night? Grandpa, my words do not carry much weight in the Shin family. Although second aunt and second uncle have accepted me, I am still an outsider to the others. Mu Qiqi told Grandpa Shin frankly. You don't have to care about your third aunt. Grandpa, if I do something that makes you sad one day, will you still accept me as your granddaughter? Mu Qiqi looked at Grandpa Shin's fishing rod. She wanted to know what Grandpa Shin would say. You are just like your father. You don't play by the rules. You don't have a strong sense of the world. You are not bound by it. I just hope that you will not regret anything you do. Mu Qiqi smiled when she got the answer. Did he mean that he would allow her to get into trouble? Come, I will go fishing with you. Forget it. You can't sit still. I will ask Shenlin to do it. Not far from them, Shenlin had entered the fish pond too. Actually, he had been standing outside for a while. He could hear their conversation. To me, you're not an outsider. Qiqi, although I admit that I'm useless, you can tell me if you want to use your fists. Moreover, if I have to choose between you and Shinroi, I'll definitely choose to stand on your side. You have a cute side now. Tell me when you join the army. I will send you on your way. It's still early. I will join the army next spring. But I am starting to learn how to exercise now. Shenlin was finally a man like this. Mu Qiqi felt very pleased. Chapter 207. Mu Qiqi stayed at the Shen's residence until 10 in the morning, before finding an excuse to leave. Then she had Uncle Lin send her to the hotel they had agreed to meet at. By then Xing Xiao and Lin Mu were already in the private room. When she entered the private room, she saw Xing Xiao waving at her lazily. Come here, Lin Mu smiled. Just as I expected. Mu Qiqi sat down beside Xing Xiao and looked at Lin Mu in confusion. Lin Mu smiled and explained, it's because of the results of the investigation at the birthday banquet. I wanted to ask you out at first, but I didn't think it would be a good idea, so I called the Crown Prince. But I didn't expect that the Crown Prince's feelings for you were unusual, and I asked you out to verify my theory. So? Xing Xiao asked dangerously. I don't have any ulterior motives. I just think it's interesting, and a combination like you two is quite fresh. Knowing too much might not be a good thing. What are you talking about, Crown Prince? There are 1,000 ways to keep me from knowing, and it's clear that you trust me since you're being so generous. Lin Mu sipped his tea, his expression relaxed. So don't worry. I really want to know if you two could get together in the end. Just let me know if you need me. Do you think I lack a friend like you? Of course you don't, Crown Prince. But surely you do, Miss Qiqi. With that, he straightened his clothes and turned to them. Tell me about the results of last night's investigation. The drug on the chair. Skip that. I know what it is. Mu Qiqi said straightforwardly. Well, according to the surveillance footage, there were several people who touched this chair, so we asked them all for questioning, but in the end we didn't get anything out of them. However, there was one thing that didn't escape my eyes. That is, a person who didn't belong to this area also touched this chair, so I used some tricks to force a confession out of him. That person told me that it was Major General Zhong's son who asked him to do it. Didn't Miss Qiqi have a grudge with the Zhong family last night? So it's whoever he says? Xing Xiao clearly didn't believe the results. Lin Mu shrugged helplessly. I couldn't find any other evidence. But after what happened last night, Miss Qiqi has become famous. Now everyone knows that the Shen family's girl is very powerful. I think you're just being sarcastic. Mu Qiqi glared at him. Lin Mu raised his hands in surrender as he chewed on his food. I swear I definitely didn't. Speaking of which, are there any other interesting ladies around Miss Qiqi? Why don't you introduce him to me? Seeing the two of you like this, I really want a date too. Mu Qiqi thought that Lin Mu looked like a veteran. Even if she had sisters, she would not dare to introduce them to him. Weren't they pushing their sisters into the fire pit? However, she had not seen Qianqian for a few days. She wondered if Qianqian had recovered from Duan Xiao's incident. Just as she was thinking, Qianqian sent her a message, asking if Mu Qiqi was free in the afternoon to go shopping with her. Mu Qiqi smiled and replied that she was having lunch at the hotel and had time in the afternoon. Sometimes best friends were like that. It was as if they had telepathy and could think of the same thing at the same time. Qianqian will come over later. You can go back to Huangyao by yourself. Don't worry about me. Mu Qiqi whispered to Xing Xiao. Sheng Xiao patted Mu Qiqi's head with a doting look that no one else could understand. Lin Mu, and was stunned. Since this is the result of the investigation, I will go to the Shen family in the afternoon. Because he knew that the result of the investigation would not affect Sheng Xiao's judgment. The three of them finished their lunch happily. At that time, Qian arrived at the hotel. Sheng Xiao went back to Huangyao while Lin Mu and Mu Qiqi left the hotel together. They met Lu Qian at the entrance. Let's go. I want to go all out today. Qian opened the car door and let Mu Qiqi sit in the front passenger seat. The two of them did not say goodbye to Lin Mu and left in front of him. Lin Mu and saw Lu Qian. He thought he knew the gossip in Jianchuan quite well. So he knew who Lu Qian was. Some time ago the miscarriage had caused quite a stir. Today he saw that it was also a little girl. Indeed, birds of a feather flocked together. She was as bold as Mu Qiqi and dared to do things that were out of line, although he did not think that it was a good thing. Why did you ask me to leave? On the way to the shopping, Lu Qian asked Mu Qiqi. Who was that man at the entrance just now? Did you abandon the crown prince? The young master of the Lin family. Mu Qiqi brushed it off. And Xiao Xiao was there just now. I just thought that Lin must be a Casanova. So, I subconsciously wanted to protect you from him. With my reputation now, who would come to pick up my used shoes? Lu Qian knew herself very well. But she sounded a little sad. Haven't you forgotten about that? How could such a thing be forgotten in a few words? But that did not stop Lu Qian from starting over. The two of them had endless topics to talk about when they met, and went shopping for an entire afternoon. And it was precisely because of Mu Qiqi's agitation at the Lin family's banquet that Mama Sheng became even more curious about the child. That afternoon she went to Jing Yun and asked him to arrange for her to meet the child. After all, she had heard that Sheng Xiao was taking good care of the child. Jing Yun knew that he could not refuse this time and so told Sheng Xiao. But Sheng Xiao was not worried at all, and simply nodded calmly in agreement. Since she wants to meet, I'll arrange it for her. Young master, aren't you worried at all? Worried about what? Sheng Xiao asked in return. Worried that Miss Qiqi would expose herself, and that Madame doesn't like her. Whether she likes Qi or not, we will be together. So the outcome is not important. As for the other problem, do you think Xiao Qi can't handle it now? Sheng Xiao was not worried at all about Mu Qiqi's reaction. Since Sheng Xiao had put it that way, there was nothing for him to worry about. He just had to do his part and he could not control anything else. That being said, Mama Sheng's wish to meet Miss Qiqi had to be communicated with the Shen family. They could not just let her go without a good reason. That would be unruly. Jing Yun asked Sheng Xiao if he should let the Shen family know about it. Sheng Xiao looked at him and asked in return, what do you think? Well, I'll go to the Shen family and tell Elder Shen. Then I'll arrange a date and place to give Miss Qiqi enough time to prepare, and let her relax a little. In any case, Sheng Xiao had promised his mother that he would let her meet her daughter-in-law in 3 months. It was a promise fulfilled, although she was not aware of it yet. Chapter 208. Since Sheng Xiao's mother wants to meet Mu Qiqi, I don't have any objections. Just make the arrangements. As for Mu Qiqi, I will remind her not to lose her manners. But as for the Sheng family, you must guarantee that my granddaughter will not be mistreated. That was Grandpa Shen's request. Of course, Grandpa Shen. Jing Yun nodded and promised Grandpa Shen respectfully. I hope Mu Qiqi can keep her composure. It was still unclear whether Mu Qiqi could keep her composure. Because she still did not know that she was going to meet her future mother-in-law. But some people in the Shen family were the first to lose their composure. For example, Third Brother's wife. When Third Brother's wife knew that Mu Qiqi was going to the Sheng family, she could not hold back her desire to target Mu Qiqi. She said, how can a bastard with another surname have the right to enjoy the privileges of the Shen family? She felt that the Sheng family wanted to meet Mu Qiqi because of the glory that the Shen family brought to Mu Qiqi. If Mu Qiqi had a good relationship with the Sheng family, wouldn't Roy have to listen to Mu Qiqi even more when she was in the Shen family? No, I have to go to the Sheng family. Third Uncle Shin Qinfeng could not help but hate his wife when he heard that. Aren't you overreacting? Mu Qiqi is Sheng Xiao's savior and Sheng Xiao has supported Mu Qiqi. Isn't it normal for the Sheng family to want to meet Mu Qiqi with such a relationship? Why do you have to interfere? I just want to tell Madame Sheng how cunning Mu Qiqi is. Don't let her lead a wolf into the house. Shin Qinfeng was helpless. He could only wave his hand. Do whatever you want. But if father knows about this, just wait and see. Third Brother's wife did not care. She went out of the Shin family's door in the middle of the night. She did not tell anyone where she was going, because she was going to the Sheng family to meet Xing Zhao's mother. Mama Sheng was confused. Although she was familiar with the Shin family, it was the first time that someone from the Shin family came to meet her alone. So she asked someone to take good care of her. A few minutes later, Mama Sheng met the third daughter-in-law of the Shin family. According to seniority, Mama Sheng was one generation older than the third daughter-in-law. But in terms of age they were about the same. Mama Sheng was just a few years older. Suyin, why are you so late? Is there something urgent? When third daughter-in-law saw Mama Sheng, she quickly held her hand warmly and said, "Today, when Special Assistant Jing Yun came to the Shin family, I only knew that you wanted to meet that foreign girl in the Shin family. I was afraid that you would be fooled by her, so I quickly came to remind you." "Oh, it's true that I want to see her, but is this girl so annoying? I only hate that I can't make a decision." Step by step, this girl entered the Shin family from the Mu family. She's like a whale eating away at the Shin family. Even if I talk about her for 3 days and 3 nights, I still can't express my dissatisfaction and hatred towards her. Just look at what happened to the Rong family. You will know how cunning she is. She has bought over the second elder of the Shin family. Now she has the final say in most of the Shin family. In my opinion, she had a motive when she approached your 8th elder. Mama Sheng's eyes darkened after she heard that. Tell me slowly. I also want to know if this girl is what the rumors say. Everyone has been fooled by her. Third daughter-in-law started from the Mu family. First, she said that Mu Chichi had subdued her own sister mercilessly. Not only that, she had ruined her sister's reputation. Now she was trapped in the slums. She would never be able to make a comeback in her life. After that, Mu Chichi abandoned the Mu family. She occupied the small villa of the Sheng family, and at the same time, she tried to please Grandpa Shen. She did not want to let go of both sides. Then Mu Chichi revealed what happened to the Rong family. She forced Rong Junhan and her family into a dead end. Shen Lin and his wife got divorced just like that. Second brother and his family were very grateful to her. I was really worried about them. And I believe you've heard about what happened at the banquet yesterday. She was the one who stirred up trouble and fell into someone else's trap. But she slandered my daughter and did something to her. I've never seen such a vicious little bitch before. Don't be fooled by this little bitch." Mama Sheng smiled and patted third daughter-in-law's hand after she heard that. "Don't worry. I know how to deal with her if she's really that kind of person." "That's great. I'm just afraid that you'll be as stupid as the Shin family." Third daughter-in-law stayed in the Sheng family until late at night. It was obvious that she had complained a lot to Mama Sheng. Mama Sheng listened to her all the way. She had her own judgment. If Mu Chichi was really that kind of person, the Sheng family would not tolerate her. But what if Mu Chichi was framed? Shin Ruoi did not see her mother after that afternoon. She only saw her mother coming home late at night. She asked quickly, "Mother, where have you been?" Sin Suyun dragged Shin Ruoi to her room. Then she said to Shin Ruoi, "I went to the Sheng family. Madam Sheng wants to see that little bitch. So, I went there to remind her not to be fooled by that little bitch." Shin Ruoi was stunned when she heard that. She still did not want to let go of the chance to see Mu Chichi. So she blamed her mother. "Mother, why did you do such a thing? What do you mean by that? That little bitch has been plotting against the Shin family. Isn't that despicable enough? And you're still protecting her. Not only did she steal your limelight at the banquet yesterday, she even framed you. How can you let her step on you?" Was what happened yesterday considered as defamation? In Sin Suyun's heart, it was considered defamation if she could not find any evidence. The Lin family came in the afternoon. They said that it was the Zhong family who did it. Grandpa also apologized to me. Do you think that an apology is enough for defaming you? Roy, don't be silly. Everyone is thinking for themselves now. How can you still be so naive? You'll know how good Mu Chichi is when she betrays you. Anyway, you're not allowed to interfere in the Sheng family's matter. Isn't she going to meet Madame Sheng? Let her go. I want to see if Madame Sheng will skin her alive. No one knew that Sin Suyun had done such a shameless thing. As an elder, she went to someone else's house and made things difficult for her younger generation. Mama Sheng did not tell anyone about it. It was because she wanted to see the real Mu Chichi. Did Xing Xiao really raise a wolf outside? Mu Chichi only knew that she was going to meet her future mother-in-law that night. She jumped up from the bed when she heard what Xing Xiao said. "Xiao Xiao, can you say that again? Why? Are you afraid of meeting my mother?" Chapter 209. Didn't I tell you now? Xing Xiao held her down when he saw her panic. You don't have to be so agitated. That's your mother? That's your mommy. She's just curious about you, but she doesn't know about our relationship. So you're not meeting your mother-in-law. You're meeting an elder. Xing Xiao comforted her. I was afraid that you'd be like this. That's why I didn't tell you in advance. Otherwise you'd be even more nervous. I don't have to prepare anything? Mu Qiqi pointed at her nose and asked. Xing Xiao shook his head. I taught you. Your temper is similar to mine. Do you think my mother can't stand me enough? Do you still need to pretend to be obedient? But I'll still be nervous. You left me unprepared. Why don't you bring me to the cloakroom and help me choose something to wear tomorrow? That way I'll feel more at ease. Okay. I don't want you to worry all night. With that, Xing Xiao got off the bed first and opened his arms to her. Mu Qiqi stood up from the bed and threw herself into Xing Xiao's arms. She held onto Xing Xiao's narrow waist and let him hug her little butt. They went to the cloakroom and rummaged through the wardrobe. Xing Xiao chose a few dresses for Mu Qiqi. Finally, the little one felt a little more at ease. Tell me quickly. Does your mother have any taboos or preferences? Xing Xiao was helpless. He should have told her tomorrow. She would probably be chattering like this tonight. I told you, you don't have to be so cautious. But I'm afraid she won't like me. She won't. What if? Before Mu Qiqi could finish her sentence, Xing Xiao had already pinned her against the wall and kissed her, using the most ferocious method to shut her up at once. So, look. Mu Qiqi still wanted to say something. But Xing Xiao had already carried her from the cloakroom to the bedroom and put her on the big bed. Xiao Xiao. Mu Qiqi exclaimed. But her white nightgown had already been torn open. She no longer had the time or energy to think about Mama Sheng. Xing Xiao did not give her the chance at all. A lively scene unfolded in Xing Xiao's domineering plunder. She could not think about anything else aside from their breathing. This man was so beautiful and charming. How could she resist? Then Mu Qiqi's back was turned to face Xing Xiao. Xing Xiao slapped Mu Qiqi's little round butt. Silly thing. Even if my mother doesn't like you, I like you. Isn't that enough? I like you. Although they had been together for so long, she had never heard him say something like that. I like you. Mu Qiqi's heart melted in that very moment, leaving only the smile on her face and the warmth in the depths of her heart. After being tormented for the whole night, Mu Qiqi only got the chance to rest when it was almost dawn. But now she did not even want to move a single strand of her hair. She could only let the man take care of her, protect her, and cherish her. After Xing Xiao was satisfied, he gave Jing Yun a call aside from taking care of the little one. We'll meet at Xing Mansion. Xiao Qi will be nervous. Talk to my mother today and make other arrangements. Yes, young master. Jing Yun received the order and went to Huang Yao early in the morning to look for Mama Sheng. He told her about Mu Qiqi's nervousness. Madam, Miss Mu Qiqi has been very nervous since last night. Nervous about what? Can I eat her up? Mama Sheng chuckled. Then she thought of a good idea. If that's the case, tell Mu Qiqi that I'll visit Shin Mansion tonight. I haven't seen old Shin for a long time. Wouldn't it be better for her to be accompanied by her family? Thank you for your understanding, madam. To be honest, Mama Sheng did not have to accommodate Mu Qiqi at all. But she gave in. Soon the Shin family received the news. A few people in the family were very happy, especially Cin Suyun. Mama Sheng moved the place to meet Mu Qiqi from the Sheng family to the Shin family. Was it because she did not want Mu Qiqi to dirty her family? Moreover, they could see Mama Sheng teaching Mu Qiqi a lesson with their own eyes. That was more worthwhile than anything else. So, Cin Suyun was the happiest one when Mama Sheng came to Xing Mansion. Grandpa Shin asked Huang Yu to prepare for it. Don't neglect our guest. Don't worry, father. It's Mu Qiqi's first time meeting someone from the Xing family other than the crown prince. As her second aunt, I will definitely help her. Huang Yu nodded. Ever since the incident with Rong Junhan, Huang Yu had changed. Grandpa Shin was quite satisfied with her. But he still felt bad when he thought of third aunt. Cin Suyun could not help but mock Huang Yu when she saw Huang Yu agreeing to it. Mu Qiqi is meeting someone from the Sheng family. How can we, the Shin family, follow her around? What is this? The Sheng family has been on good terms with us for generations. Even if Madame Xing does not want to meet Mu Qiqi, she is still our guest. Of course we should not neglect her. Just lick that little B*****'s feet. Let's see what you can get from it. Don't call her a little B****** every time you open your mouth. Mu Qiqi is eldest brother's daughter. She is the real daughter of the Shin family. TSK. Since Suyun did not continue to argue with her. Anyway, there would be a good show tonight. Why should she care about it now? Huang Yu was really troubled by Tsin Suyun. But she did not know what kind of dirty things Tsin Suyun had done in the dark. Huang Yu did not care about Tsin Suyun. Instead, she was preparing for the dinner. On the other hand, Mu Qiqi was a little calmer when she knew that Mama Sheng would meet her in the Shen family's guest house. After all, her family was there. So, Mu Qiqi went to the Shen family after her classes. Oh, the most important person of the Shen family is back. Tsin Suyun started to mock Mu Qiqi when she saw her. Our whole family has to be busy just so that you can meet your guest. Mu Qiqi, you are really a big shot. Third aunt, you don't have to be so mean. I'm mean? You don't have to be so mean. Tsin Suyun walked to Mu Qiqi's ear and smiled slyly. Then she whispered to Mu Qiqi, do you know that I went to the Sheng family just for you yesterday? I told Madame Sheng everything about you. Do you know how she reacted when she saw you today? Mu Qiqi was stunned. You are so shameless. Don't worry. They are all compliments. You don't have to thank me. How could she say anything nice? Perhaps the truth had been twisted beyond recognition. In Madame Sheng's heart, she had become a wicked schemer. If Madame Sheng hates me tonight, I will tear your mouth apart in front of everyone. Chapter 210. What good will it do to you to pick on me? You are a woman with another surname. You came to the Shen family suddenly. Not only did you not beg for everyone to accept you, but you are also so arrogant. If I don't pick on you, who else should I pick on? Moreover, don't you think that you are snatching Ruoi's things? Tsin Suyun said it as if she was a righteous person. But she could not help it. Mu Qiqi was the one who stood in Shin Ruoi's way. Do you know what Ruoi wants? Mu Qiqi sneered and asked her back. It's none of your business what Ruoi wants. Because no matter what she wants, you have to give in to her. Tsin Suyun said that she was arrogant. Wasn't she arrogant? Don't say that I don't want to give in to her. Even if I give in to her, Ruoi has to take it. Then Mu Qiqi pushed Tsin Suyun away. Just wait and see. Tonight's show is going to be exciting. Tsin Suyun's sarcastic voice came from behind. But Mu Qiqi went straight into Grandpa Shen's study room. Grandpa, why do you look so dejected? Grandpa Shen asked her. What happened? It's not good for the Sheng family to see your face. Mu Qiqi did not complain in front of Grandpa Shen. Instead, she sent a message to Xing Xiao. Third aunt went to the Sheng family to make things difficult for me yesterday. Xiao Xiao, your mother doesn't like me anymore, does she? Xing Xiao read the message and suddenly laughed. What are you afraid of? If my mother doesn't like you, will she make you so sad? Of course she will be sad. Because she is your mother. I want her to like me, don't worry. If someone really does that, you will not be the one who will be embarrassed. Trust me, okay? Xing Xiao told Mu Qiqi confidently. She is my mother. Don't you think I don't know her? All right. I trust you. Since it had happened and Tsin Suyun was so shameless, she could only deal with it as it came. But after this she would settle the score with third aunt. Thinking of this, Mu Qiqi cheered up. It was not worth it to let such a piece of trash spoil her mood. The others in the Shin family knew nothing about it. But Mu Qiqi was not the only one who was nervous when they knew that Mama Sheng was coming to the Shin family. It was because Shin Ruoi wanted to leave a good impression in front of Mama Sheng. She liked Xing Xiao. If she wanted to be with Xing Xiao, she must be liked by the Sheng family. So, she believed that she needed to be liked by Mama Sheng more than Mu Qiqi. So, before Mama Sheng came to the Shin family, Shin Ruoi locked herself in her room and dressed herself up. After a while, she walked out of the room. Tsin Suyun was shocked. Daughter, why are you dressed like this? Didn't you say that an esteemed guest was coming? So, I dressed myself up. Shin Ruoi turned around in front of Tsin Suyun. Am I beautiful? Of course it is. Tsin Suyun sighed. With her daughter's figure, appearance, and talent, how could she lose to Mu Qiqi? But that little slut had gotten grandfather Shin's favor. She really didn't know if the Shin family was blind or not. At the moment, Shin Ruoi was wearing a long yellow dress. It accentuated her good figure. With her exquisite makeup and luxurious jewelry, she looked no different from a celebrity. But it was really exaggerated to dress like this at home. But Tsin Suyun felt that it was not wrong for her daughter to dress like this in order to outshine Mu Qiqi. Soon, Shin Ruoi went to the living room of the Shin family. The others in the Shin family felt strange when they saw her like this. But Mu Qiqi understood why Shin Ruoi did that. She wanted to leave a deep impression in front of Xiao Xiao's mother. Qiqi, look at your cousin. She looks like she is going to walk on the red carpet. Huang Yu smiled beside Mu Qiqi's ear. Look at you. You look so plain. Mu Qiqi looked at herself. She was wearing a short white dress. Although it was not gorgeous, she looked cute. She smiled too. I think this is good. It is good. There is a saying that goes too much is as bad as not enough. Since Suyun knew that Mu Qiqi and Huang Yu were talking about her daughter. What? Was she jealous? Mu Qiqi did not bother about her. Anyway, third aunt was thinking about how to watch a good show the whole night. But according to Xiao Xiao, she was afraid that she would not be able to watch a good show. Instead, she would be the one in the show. Soon it was 7 o'clock in the evening. Huang Yu had asked the chef to prepare the exquisite dishes. They were waiting for Mama Sheng to come so that they could have dinner. At that moment, the whole family was waiting in the living room. It was because they were going to welcome the distinguished guests. Mama Sheng was very punctual. At 7:15 p.m., her car drove into the Shen family's courtyard. She brought a gift with her. She was very thoughtful. Grandpa Shen. Mama Sheng went forward and shook hands with Grandpa Shen. It's been a long time. How are you? It was the first time Mu Qiqi met Xiao Xiao's mother. Her first impression of her was that she was very elegant. She was wearing a cheongsam and she behaved very well. She exuded a noble aura from her bones. It was not something that ordinary people could compare with. Moreover, Xiao Xiao looked like his mother. Her hair was medium length but it was slightly curly. Her skin was fair and supple. She was so charming at such a young age. One could imagine how good Xiao Xiao's mother was at maintaining her looks. The Shen family was busy greeting Mama Sheng. Shen Rui walked to Mama Sheng and held her hand. Auntie, you haven't seen Rui for a long time. What auntie? You are so rude. Mama Sheng was Shen Rui's grandmother. But auntie, you are so young. How can I call you grandmother? Shen Rui immediately refuted her grandpa. Your mouth is still so sweet. Mama Sheng patted the back of Shen Rui's hand and praised her. Then Mama Sheng noticed Mu Qiqi, who was standing beside Grandpa Sheng. She was the legendary little girl. You are Qiqi, right? Qiqi, greet her. Grandpa Shen said immediately. Even Xing Xiao has to be disciplined. You should be polite too. Call her grandmother? Mu Qiqi could not bring herself to call her grandmother. In the end, she could only call her, beautiful auntie. Why are you like Roy? Why are you so rude? Grandpa Shen could not help but criticize her. Old Shen, please don't make things difficult for the children. Mama Sheng said. Then she waved at Mu Qiqi. Come here. Let me see what kind of little girl you are. Why is Xing Xiao so concerned about you? Actually, Mu Qiqi was really nervous. Her palms were sweaty. But Mama Sheng was not an ordinary person. She did not show any fierce expression from the beginning to the end. Mu Qiqi walked over and stood in front of Mama Sheng. Mama Sheng reached out and stroked Mu Qiqi's hair. She smiled. This little girl is really smart. Her eyes are so clear. Chapter 211. This girl is indeed beautiful, but she's too scheming. Sun Suyun took the chance to remind Mama Sheng. She just wants to see the world in chaos. Sometimes I really love and hate her. If she is like Roy, we will not have to worry about her. Grandpa Sheng was about to lose his temper when he heard that. But Mama Sheng smiled and said to Grandpa Sheng, children should look different. If they all look the same, the world will be in chaos. Let's go to the dining room. We can talk while we eat. Huang Yu saw that Grandpa Sheng was unhappy. So she said to Mama Sheng enthusiastically. All right. Qiqi, come and sit with me. Mu Qiqi did not say anything. But she felt relieved. Because Xiao Xiao knew his mother well. So why would she not believe him? Sun Suyun tried to sow discord but she failed. So she looked at Shen Rui. Shen Rui despised her mother at that time. Because her mother was always stirring up trouble everywhere. Soon they sat down in the dining room of the Shen family. Mama Sheng and Mu Qiqi sat together. She could not help but ask her, I heard that you are studying forensic science. Why would a girl like to do that kind of work? Grandma passed away in the past. She was wrongly accused as a murderer. But no one could speak up for me. No one could help her. From then on, I felt that there might be many people like her in this world. So, I went to study forensic science. Mu Qiqi answered Mama Sheng honestly. I've also heard about this matter. That sister of yours? That younger sister of hers is living a miserable life now. Sun Suyun was good at picking the right time to interrupt. Although her sister is cruel and wrongly accused her sister, Qiqi, didn't you take revenge on her in the end? Now she doesn't even have enough to eat. No one will think that you are mute even if you don't talk. Grandpa Sheng could not stand it anymore. He lost his temper at Qin Suyun. Xiaoqin, come and see Qiqi. What made you unhappy? Why did you sow discord? And in front of so many people? And in front of me? Do you think that I am dead? Old Master Shin was furious. Qin Suyun managed to withstand the pressure. She smiled and said, am I not telling the truth? In my opinion, both the Shin and the Sheng family should be careful. After all, you can't judge a book by its cover. Third aunt, Mu Qiqi could not bear it anymore. She wanted to retaliate, but Mama Sheng stopped her. She held her hand and turned to Qin Suyun. Well said. You may know a person's face, but you don't know his heart. At first, I didn't want to bring this matter to light. But now, Suyun, it seems that you're a little untactful. Let's not talk about Mu Qiqi first. You came to the Sheng family with bad intentions to make irresponsible remarks about me. Don't you think you have no sense of propriety? Qin Suyun did not expect that Mama Sheng would side with Mu Qiqi. As for the things you said, I can easily find out what the situation is. Do I need you to teach me? Afraid that I'll be tricked? My son has been in Jianchuan for so many years, has he ever been deceived by anyone? If he can trust someone, it's enough to prove Mu Qiqi's character. Don't tell me that I don't even trust my own son and trust you? Do you think that everyone is like you? That they will fall into your trap as long as they provoke you? Actually, I shouldn't say anything in such an occasion in the Shin family. After all, my identity is not suitable. But as my junior and Mu Qiqi's elder, what did you do? What did you say? What did you say? What did you do? What did you say? Qin Suyun's face darkened. Because Mama Sheng's words were starting to sound harsh. You keep saying what Mu Qiqi did to you and how she bullied you. But from what I see, you're always trying to sow discord. How is it possible for you to be bullied? Qin Suyun clenched her fists after she heard the lecture. She sounded a little angry. I'm just being kind. Is it worth for you to join hands to scold me? It's better to be sensible. After Mama Sheng said that, she turned around and looked at Grandpa Shin. Grandpa Shin, please don't blame me for being harsh today. Grandpa Shin waved his hand after he heard that. It's just that we're not strict enough. Mama Sheng did not say anything more about Qin Suyun. She turned around and looked at Mu Qiqi. She said, if you're bullied like this again in the future, you can tell Jing Yun. Beautiful aunt will help you to seek justice. Okay. Mu Qiqi nodded her head. Qin Suyun was furious. But she could not do anything. She could only stare at Mu Qiqi fiercely. You're such a disgrace. Get out of here. Grandpa Shin did not want Qin Suyun to stay at the dining table. He did not want to spoil everyone's mood. So he asked Qin Suyun to leave. Qin Suyun was embarrassed and angry now. So she could only leave the dining table. Shin Rui, who was sitting at the side, did not react at all. She did not say a word. Because she felt that her mother had embarrassed her. Whatever she said now would only make her feel disgusted. But it was all her mother's fault. She did not live up to her expectations. Why could she not control her mouth? I did not expect that third daughter-in-law would go to someone else's house and gossip about them. I don't know where to put my face now. Mama Sheng could understand it. No matter from which angle she looked at it, it was not wrong. Old Shin Qiqi is under Xing Zhao's protection. So, as a mother, I will not cause trouble for my son. So, I will take care of Qiqi more. It's not appropriate for me to interfere with the Shin family's affairs as an outsider. So, if Qin Suyun did not come to the Sheng family today, I would not have said so much. Qiqi saved Xing Zhao's life. So, she is the Sheng family's benefactor. So, no matter what happens in the future, if Qiqi is in trouble and needs help from the Sheng family, just let me know. Grandpa Shin laughed after he heard that. Who would dare to bully her when the Sheng family is protecting her? She's a smart girl. Maybe she knows that her backer is here today. So she did not say anything. Grandpa, all right. I won't laugh at you. Grandpa Shin waved his hand. Then he said to Mama Sheng, eat more. If you want to see this child in the future, you can ask her to go to the Sheng family. You don't have to be so polite like today. Mama Sheng laughed too. She looked like a heroine. Mu Qiqi looked at Xiao Xiao's mother from the side. She felt that Mama Sheng must be an extraordinary woman to be able to raise a son like Xiao Xiao. Chapter 212. Soon, the dinner ended in a joyful atmosphere. The Shin family sent Mama Sheng to the door. Of course, Mu Qiqi was one of them. She really liked Xiao Xiao's mother as much as she liked Xing Xiao. So this was fate. Somehow, Mama Sheng felt a strong sense of love for Mu Qiqi. It was as if she was doting on her own son. Mu Qiqi had a tenacity that refused to admit defeat. It was obvious that it came from Xing Zhao's teachings. She knew her son best. It was not easy for the little girl. So, she was on Mu Qiqi's side tonight. Another reason was that Qin Suyun was really annoying. Alright. Let's stop here. Jianchuan is such a small place. It's easy for us to meet each other. Then, beautiful aunt, please be careful on your way home. Xiao Qin, I won't send you off. Mama Xing shook her head. She pointed at the car that was parked in front of Xing Mansion. Please wait. Qiqi, let Xing Xiao bring you to visit Xing Mansion if there's a chance. Okay. Mama Xing smiled. Then she got into the car and left. At that moment she was not suspicious of her son at all, because she had always believed that a witch would fall from the sky to subdue someone like Xing Xiao. He would not be interested in someone like Mu Qiqi who would let him train her. Therefore Mama Xing did not think too much about their relationship. She would not know that her son had another family outside. Mu Qiqi felt a little guilty when she saw Mama Xing leaving. Xiao Xiao's mother was such a good person. But she bit the hand that fed her. She dragged Xiao Xiao into hell. If their relationship was exposed one day, what would happen to the people who cared about them? Xing Zhao's mother is still a heroine even after so many years. Grandpa Xing could not help but sigh. Xiao Qi, you will have one more support in the future. Behind them, Shen Ruoi's face turned pale. She did not expect that Mama Xing would not look at her at all. Her attention was all on Mu Qiqi. She knew that her mother was in trouble tonight. So, she could not say anything to please her. But even so, she was still better than Mu Qiqi. Luckily, the Sheng family is knowledgeable. They will not be fooled by a few words. Otherwise, it would be Qin Suyun's game tonight. Huang Yu put her hands behind her back and sneered. Father, I really don't understand. Why does third daughter-in-law always treat Mu Qiqi as a thorn? What did she do to her? Grandpa Shen could not hold back his anger anymore. He walked back to the living room and said to Shen Rui, ask your mother to come here. Grandpa Qiqi. Shen Rui's face turned pale. But she could only do as she was told. When she arrived at her mother's house, she pushed the door open and told her mother, Mom, Grandpa is looking for her. Qiqi? Don't you want to settle the score with me because of what happened just now? Qin Suyun sneered. She got up from the sofa and walked to the living room of the Shen family. Qiqi of the family. Shen Qiqi, Sheng and Zhao's and Qi, Sheng's and Zhao's Qi of Qiqi of the Yen and said, do you still need to be interrogated after what you did? Grandpa Sheng placed his hands on his knees and snorted coldly at third daughter-in-law. For the sake of future troubles, let's make our stand clear today. What exactly do you want? Let's make it clear to each other. Dad, are you trying to scare me? Qin Suyun tilted her head and looked at Mu Qiqi. She walked up to her. The Shen family has been in a lot of trouble recently because of this bastard. Who is to blame for what happened to the Shen family? You have a share in it too. Grandpa Shen shouted angrily, if you want to stay in this house, then stay. If you don't want to stay, then get out. Let me be frank with you today. If you do something like this again in the future and cause trouble outside, then get out of the Shen family immediately. I'm not joking with you. I know what you're thinking. Let me tell you, Qin Suyun. If you continue to go against me, you'll get nothing in the end. Qin Suyun tried hard to hold back her tears. But she could not say anything. It was because she knew that if she spoke now, it would only benefit second brother's family and that bastard. She would not admit defeat. Although she could not say anything, she could still look at Mu Qiqi with hatred. Huang Yu saw the scary look in her eyes. So she dragged Mu Qiqi away. Xiao Qi, ignore her. Go back and rest. I'll send you home. It's okay, second aunt. I can go back by myself. Mu Qiqi shook her head. But before that, Mu Qiqi still had something to say to Qin Suyun. Third aunt, since you've said so much today, I'll say something too. I can tolerate you, but it doesn't mean that I'm afraid of you. I've dealt with all kinds of bitches before. Why should I be afraid of you? What happened today is the last time. If something like this happens again in the future, I won't need Grandpa to say anything. I'll make you suffer. Based on what you said, I'm just a bastard. Since I have nothing, I'm not afraid of going against you. I can lose everything. But what about you? Qin Suyun smirked. She looked at Mu Qiqi mockingly. Obviously it was a provocation. Let's wait and see. Mu Qiqi did not stay in the Shen family for long. After she informed Grandpa Shen, Huang Yu sent her to the door. But before she left, Mu Qiqi asked Huang Yu, second aunt, did third aunt go to the hospital recently? Or does she have a medical background? How do you know? Her big brother is a famous surgeon. So, it's easy for her to get the medicine. So, Do you still suspect that it's third aunt and Shinroi who did it? Huang Yu asked. Second aunt, I hope that you can keep an eye on this matter. If it's really the mother and daughter, I'll make them pay for it. Don't worry. Huang Yu nodded. Go back and rest early. Thank you, second aunt. Mu Qiqi turned around and left the Shin family. Third aunt and her family were crying in the room, especially Tsin Suyun. She was so furious that she almost fainted this time. Not only her, but Shinrui also realized that what her mother said made sense. Mu Qiqi's status in the Shin family was seriously threatened by her. As long as Mu Qiqi was around, no one would see Shinrui. She was obviously more outstanding than Mu Qiqi. She could not spoil Mu Qiqi like this in the future. After the chaos of the day, Mu Qiqi threw herself into Xing Zhao's arms when they reached home. Sheng Xiao put down the documents and hugged Mu Qiqi. He kissed and comforted her. Chapter 213. Xing Xiao answered softly. Your mother is such a good person. But I lied to her. I feel so sorry. Mu Qiqi buried her head in Xing Zhao's arms and said, I like her very much, just like how I like you. Sheng Xiao hugged Mu Qiqi tightly when he heard that. He said gently, Do you think she has never been through a lot? When the Sheng family was being threatened, she even raised a knife to negotiate with them. Do you think she will still be afraid of you? At that, Mu Qiqi poked her head out of his arms. Your mother has such a tough side to her? I will tell you about it later. Xing Xiao kissed the top of her head and patted her butt. Let's go and take a bath. Mu Qiqi stood up from his arms. Then she turned around and asked, Aren't you coming with me? Xing Zhao's eyes brightened. He put down the documents in his hands and stood up. Then he hugged Mu Qiqi horizontally. Since the little one had invited him so warmly, he would certainly not reject her. Then the two of them put on a show in the bathroom. After they were done, they lay in the bathtub. Mu Qiqi leaned on Xing Zhao's chest and laughed. What are you laughing at? I'm laughing at my cousin, Shinrui. She dressed up like a celebrity tonight. I know she wants to show off to your mother, but my mother will not even look at her. Xing Xiao half closed his eyes. He looked sexy and lazy. So, I told you not to worry. Mu Qiqi hugged Xing Xiao tightly, as if afraid that such happiness would disappear. It was precisely because Xing Zhao's mother was a good person that she felt even more guilty. And the more guilty she felt, the more she cherished her happiness. Xing Xiao felt that Mu Qiqi was hugging him harder. He guessed that she must be thinking about her mother again. If you keep thinking about it, I will have to do it myself. Mu Qiqi shook her head when she heard that. No, I'm tired. If you really want to know how my family will react when they know about our relationship, you can find someone to do the experiment. Who? Your father. As Xing Xiao spoke, he took out a towel and carried Mu Qiqi out of the bathtub. The weather was getting colder. He did not want his little one to catch a cold. But what if Dad tells Grandpa? Do you think someone as smart as your father would do such a stupid thing? Mu Qiqi shook her head. If I were 20 instead of 18, I might tell Dad that I'm in love with you and we're living together. But I'm too young and I don't have enough bargaining chips. Since it's useless to talk about these things, why are you still thinking so much? Aren't you afraid of exhausting yourself to death? Xing Xiao hooked her chin and kissed her gently. What should I do, little one? Although you're very tired, I still want you. Looking at Mu Qiqi's reaction, Xing Xiao suddenly regretted arranging this meeting to let Mu Qiqi know what kind of person her mother was. The burden on the little thing's mind was already very heavy, and now with the addition of guilt, he was afraid that he would soon be unable to straighten his back. He was not afraid that the little one would give up, but he felt sorry for the shackles that the little one had to carry. So, the first thing he needed to do now was to get rid of Shinrui. So the next morning Xing Xiao called Jing Yun. Invite Shinrui to work in Huangyao. She doesn't care about the position or the job. But, let her be the center of gossip, and she won't be able to get in touch with me. Young master, this is, make her completely, give up on me. Always arrange some good scenes for her, so that she will be completely disillusioned with me. I understand. Jing Yun nodded. In other words, he wanted to ruin the image of the devil Xing Xiao in Shinrui's heart. That's easy. Please wait for my good news, young master. Go and hint to Mom so that no one in Huangyao will trouble you when you're working. Jing Yun received the order and went to look for Mama Sheng. He told her that Xing Xiao had asked her to arrange an acquaintance to work in Huangyao, but it would not take long. Mama Sheng frowned and asked Jing Yun for the reason. Sure enough, Jing Yun hinted to her. Madam, When you went to the Shen family yesterday, did you notice anything unusual besides Miss Chi-Chi? For example? For example, someone is trying to please you or something like that. Are you talking about Roy? Mama Sheng did not continue, but Jing Yun took over the conversation. Although I'm not sure, young master does not want to cause any trouble. So, I have to deal with it immediately. Okay. Mama Sheng nodded. Just do it. I'll inform the department. But don't let it affect Huang Yao too much. Don't worry, madam. I know what to do. Xing Zhao's purpose was to solve this problem. But Shen Rui did not know that she was in someone else's game. She was waiting for Jing Yun to invite her. Then she would be so happy that she would go crazy. Of course, Xing Xiao would report it to Mu Chichi in advance. Before Mu Chichi went to school, he hugged her from behind and said, Shen Rui, I've arranged for her to work in Huang Yao. Mu Chichi was puzzled. Don't worry. She won't have any chance to get close to me. But she will know a lot of gossip about me. Soon she will hate me. She might even be afraid of me. Mu Chichi understood what Xing Xiao meant. She nodded. Then, don't be too cruel. I can imagine how Shen Rui will be dancing in joy. I just want to tell you in advance. Don't mess with me because of this. Mess with me? Mu Chichi wiped her face and pretended to be ignorant. Xiao Xiao, you are the smartest man in the world. She was good at making people fall for her. She was the one who made him fall for her. In fact, Jing Yun was a man of action. He got the order from Xing Xiao in the morning. He went to the Shen family in the afternoon and invited Shen Rui to work for him. Of course, Shen Rui's major was useless in Huang Yao. So, Jing Yun racked his brains and thought of many ways to find a department that was suitable for Shen Rui. When Shen Rui knew about it, she was really excited, like what Mu Chichi said. She did not expect that happiness would come so soon. Chapter 214. Shen Rui was very excited. But Sun Suyun did not know why her daughter was so excited. The Sheng family is not inviting you to be the CEO. You're just a director. Why are you so happy? My daughter. Mom, I am still young. I don't have much working experience. It is good enough that the Sheng family is willing to give me this opportunity. Shen Rui did not want her mother to disturb her. Even if she could not see Xing Xiao every day, it was better than getting close to Mu Chichi. You are the young lady of the Shen family. Why do you always belittle yourself? You should learn from Mu Chichi. She is the best when it comes to overestimating herself. Shen Rui did not want to listen to her mother's nagging anymore. So she pushed Sun Suyun out of the room. Mom, I want to take a nap. You should go out now. Why does this child always flatter the Sheng family? Sun Suyun was puzzled. So, she recalled Shen Rui's behavior from the moment she came back to the family. She tried to get close to Mu Chichi and flattered her. Moreover, she flattered Mama Sheng last night. She said that she was not interested in the young master of the Lin family. Could it be that her daughter liked the Sheng family? Sun Suyun covered her mouth when she thought of the possibility. Then she pushed the door open again. Mom, what's wrong? Sun Suyun closed the door carefully. She made sure that there was no one around. Then she asked Shen Rui, Daughter, tell me honestly. Do you like Xing Xiao? Shen Rui did not expect that her mother could guess her thoughts. She tried to evade the question. What are you talking about? You're my daughter. Don't I know you well? How could you be interested in such a job normally? But you agreed immediately when Huang Yao asked you to go there. Moreover, you dressed up like a celebrity last night. Were you trying to flatter? More importantly, I asked you before. Why do you like Mu Chichi? Why did you buy her a present? Your target is Xing Xiao, isn't it? Shen Rui knew that she could not hide it anymore. She pulled Sun Suyun and said, Mom, lower your voice. You are too bold. How dare you dream of becoming the young mistress of the Sheng family? Moreover, it is Xing Xiao. Don't you know how scary Xing Xiao is? Most importantly, you can't let your grandfather know about this. Otherwise, he'll kick you out of the house. Mother, if I marry into the Sheng family, do you still need these things from the Shen family? There's no need to care about him at all. So, Mom, help me. Help me get him. But that's Xing Xiao. Do you think any random woman can move his heart? Anyway, I can't help you with anything. Sun Suyun was very sure about this. If she was not careful, she would be in trouble. Okay. Actually, I didn't expect you to really help me, but... Mom, please don't interfere with me. Don't stop me from finding my own happiness. Sun Suyun sighed helplessly when she saw the determination in Shen Rui's eyes. She could have fallen in love with anyone else. Why did she fall in love with Xing Xiao? Did Shen Rui not know that he was a devil? He's really hopeless. After that, Sun Suyun left her daughter's room. It was because she really could not help Xing Xiao. Shinrui could still get close to Xing Xiao through work. But what about Sun Suyun? He could only go through Mu Qiqi, but their relationship now was clearly as incompatible as fire and water. Jing Yun had arranged everything perfectly. That night, Shinrui discussed with Grandpa Shen that she was going to work in Huangyao. Grandpa Shen felt strange. Why did Jing Yun want to look for Shinrui and not someone else? But he did not object when he saw that Shinrui was in high spirits. Go ahead. It's good to train more. But Grandpa Shen called Jing Yun behind their backs. What's your young master doing? Why did he ask Rui to work in Huangyao? Old Shen, Miss Rui is a talented person. Moreover, it's Madame's suggestion. It has nothing to do with young master. Jing Yun knew how to push the blame to others. So, he managed to get away with it. Grandpa Shen thought that perhaps Mama Xing wanted to comfort third brother and his family so that Shinrui would not be so sad. Moreover, Shinrui would not be at home often. It would reduce the conflicts in the family. Grandpa Shen did not think about it at all. He even told Shin Jianchuan about it when he went to see him in the afternoon. Shin Jianchuan was not as inflexible as Grandpa Shen. From the situation he could feel that Shinrui liked Xing Xiao. As for Xing Xiao's action, he did not understand it. If Xing Xiao did not like Shinrui, why did he ask her to work in Huangyao? But if Xing Xiao liked Shinrui, what would happen to Mu Qiqi? Young people nowadays are getting more and more incomprehensible. Since you can't understand it, let the young people do it. Shin Jianchuan did not tell Grandpa Shen anything. Don't ask him how he knew about it. Sometimes, the relationship between people did not need to be told. He just wanted to recover as soon as possible and go back to protect his daughter. He did not care if it was Sun Suyun or Shinrui. As long as they bullied his daughter, they must get lost. But although he could speak now, he was still a disabled person. There was not much he could do to help his daughter. Especially Mu Qiqi did not tell him anything. At night, Mu Qiqi went to the hospital to visit Shin Jianchuan. Seeing that her father was resting, she wanted to leave. But Shin Jianchuan opened his eyes and looked at his daughter. Qiqi, we have known each other for a long time. But we have not talked to each other properly. Is there something that you should tell me? Is it about the Shin family? If you want to tell me about the meeting with the beautiful aunt 2 days ago. Do you know that Shinrui is going to work in Huangyao? Shin Jianchuan went straight to the point. Mu Qiqi nodded. Do I have to tell you this? I know. What's wrong? But my daughter, why are you not sad? Shin Jianchuan looked at Mu Qiqi and smiled gently. Dad, isn't Xing Xiao your boyfriend? Shin Jianchuan asked tentatively. Mu Qiqi's eyes widened immediately. Xing Xiao. Actually, it's easy to guess. You have Xing Xiao's name tattooed on your ear. And you said that you have a boyfriend. But your boyfriend never showed up. Moreover, which boyfriend would tolerate his girlfriend having someone else's name tattooed on her body? Unless the owner of the name is your boyfriend. Actually, there are too many clues. Why don't you go back to the Shen family? Why do you insist on staying outside? Why do you prefer to rely on Xing Xiao instead of trusting your family? Although Xing Xiao often uses Jing Yun as a shield, I've heard from your grandfather that he would defend you in all sorts of situations. Chapter 215. Shin Jianchuan was really smart. He was good at observing people's expressions and deducing their thoughts. But his prediction was so accurate. Mu Qiqi lowered her head after listening to Shin Jianchuan. She asked, Father? Do you know? When I was the most helpless in my life, it was Xiao Xiao who pulled me back, gave me a new home and taught me how to fight back against the world bit by bit. So I can't help liking such a person. I used to think that I was biting the hand that fed me. I fell in love with my savior. I knew that there were many obstacles between us. I knew it. Do you think I didn't restrain myself? I've thought about it, but when I found out that Xiao Xiao knew everything and yet he still loved me so much, I couldn't help myself anymore. Mu Qiqi could not help tearing up at that. It was only after that I found out about my birth and my identity. But Xiao Xiao and I are inseparable now. Shin Jianchuan wanted to wipe Mu Qiqi's tears away. She was his beloved daughter. Silly girl, you can tell me if you feel uncomfortable. I know how it feels to grow old with someone. Are you afraid that I will interfere with you? I am afraid. Mu Qiqi said honestly. After all, Xiao Xiao and I are in different generations. To your father, seniority is the most useless thing. As long as that brat treats you well, as long as he truly doesn't let go of my daughter's hand, even if I have to risk my life, I will make my daughter happy. Father? Mu Qiqi threw herself into Xin Jianchuan's arms and cried. So tell me, what happened to Xin Ruoyi? Mu Qiqi was done crying. She poked her head out of Xin Jianchuan's arms and said, it was Xiao Xiao's plan. He knew that Xin Ruoyi was interested in him. So he arranged Xin Ruoyi to work in Huangyao. Then he put on a show so that Xin Ruoyi would give up. Don't worry. Xin Ruoyi's department will never have the chance to see Xiao Xiao. If this bastard dares to hurt you, I will kill him. He won't. I owe him all this while. He loves me so much. But I can't give him anything. Silly girl, you can give him happiness. He is the crown prince of Huangyao. He has everything. But what he lacks is the happiness you can bring him. That night the father and daughter talked a lot. And Xin Jianchuan could really understand why Mu Qiqi would have feelings for Xing Xiao. It was love at 18 years old. In the past he would not have believed it. But today, seeing his daughter so determined, maybe there would be a miracle? Of course, Xing Xiao was the one who made him look at him in a different light. A man who owned a diamond empire could have any woman he wanted. But he loved and cared for a little girl. Sometimes fate was a strange thing. Dad, father, I thank you for supporting me. You made me. Jiao, the father and daughter looked at each other and smiled. They were one step closer to each other. After the heavy topic was over, Xin Jianchuan told a few jokes to make Mu Qiqi happy. In the future, his most important task was to protect his daughter's happiness. When they walked out of the hospital, Mu Qiqi was a little dazed. She did not hear Xing Xiao honking the horn a few times. So, Xing Xiao got out of the car and dragged her into the black car. What are you daydreaming about? Dad has long guessed our relationship. Mu Qiqi looked up at him and said, he didn't blame me. Instead, he encouraged me to pursue my own happiness. Your father is a person who is out of line, and he's so devoted to his daughter. It's not surprising that he would support you. Xing Xiao glanced at her, a hint of a smile flashing across his eyes. You don't seem surprised that he knows about this. He'll find out sooner or later. With that, Xing Xiao started the car and brought the little one home. After listening, Mu Qiqi could not help but sigh. This was the world of smart people. Everything was understood without words. Xin Ruoyi will report to Huangyao tomorrow. Oh. Mu Qiqi did not say anything else. That's it? She's not going there to enjoy herself. Should I have a bigger reaction? Mu Qiqi asked Xing Xiao. Xing Xiao pulled her and chuckled. He should not have a bigger reaction. He might have gone overboard when he teased Xin Ruoyi. He just wanted the little one to watch the fun. Xin Ruoyi was excited for the whole night. Although Cin Suyun thought that her daughter was digging her own grave. The next morning, Xin Ruoyi woke up early and tidied herself up. Then she reported to Huangyao on time. At the same time, Xin Ruoyi heard many people saying that they saw the crown prince. But no one knew where Xing Xiao was. Xin Ruoyi would be excited when she heard Xing Xiao's name. So, even if she could not see him on the first day, she felt that it was worth it to come to Huangyao. Xing Xiao entered the office from the elevator. He could not help but ask Jing Yun about Xin Ruoyi. She has reported to the office. Now the personnel are showing her around. Xing Xiao's lips curled into a smile, and there was a hint of a teasing demon in his eyes. I can give her some big news today. Okay. I'll go and arrange it now. But Xin Ruoyi would not know how she would feel when she found out that everything was fake in the future. The personnel manager accompanied Xin Ruoyi around the office. After he received a call, he said to Xin Ruoyi mysteriously, since you're a new colleague, I'll tell you something. The department you're working in is the most likely department for the Crown Prince. I heard that the Crown Prince likes the girls in your department the most. What do you mean? Didn't you say that the Crown Prince is not interested in women? He is not interested in women. But he is a pervert. Don't you know? He likes to play games. He always sends the girls to the hospital. Xin Ruoyi did not believe it. It was definitely not Xing Xiao. She did not believe in the gossip in the company. But, in fact, the department had created such an atmosphere to welcome her. You still don't believe it? You'll know when you see it with your own eyes. Some girls even lost their fingers. When they came out of the Crown Prince's office, their hands were covered in blood. Xin Ruoyi was not affected. She felt that those people were exaggerating. At least in her heart, Xing Xiao had always been so elegant and charming. Although the people said that he was a devil, she still wanted to conquer such a man. Because Xing Xiao was really outstanding. Chapter 216. She was a member of the Shen family. She was not afraid of those rumors. After Xin Ruoyi started working in Huangyao, Cin Suyun started to think in a new direction. It was because she felt that her daughter was right. If Shenrui really succeeded and got Xing Zhao's favor, she would become the young mistress of Huang Yao. By then, her daughter would have the final say on how many diamonds and jewelry she wanted. So, she felt that Shenrui's idea might not be that crazy. But what could she do for Shenrui? Although she was unwilling, she could only apologize to Muqiqi and admit that she was wrong if she really needed Muqiqi's help. After all, her daughter's future was more important. As for those bastards, she could tolerate them for the time being. But she did not know that Muqiqi could tolerate all the things that she did to Muqiqi in the past. But now, the mother and daughter actually wanted to hurt Xiao Xiao? That was her bottom line. She would not allow them to give in. 2 days later, Muqiqi went back to the Shin family for dinner. This time, when Sun Suyun saw Muqiqi again, she did not look at her with hostility anymore. But she felt a little awkward. She had been tolerating it for the whole night. When the dinner was almost over, she could not help but say to Muqiqi, "Chichi, do you know that Sister Roy is working in Huangyao now?" "What? Are you trying to show off?" Muqiqi put down her chopsticks and asked Sun Suyun. "I just want to say that if you meet Xing Xiao, please take care of your sister. I was wondering why her attitude changed so much today. Chichi, it turns out that she has a favor to ask of you." Huang Yu could not help but cross her arms when she saw that. "Sun Suyun, do you really think that everyone in the world is your mother? You can do whatever you want. Everyone has to bow down to you and your daughter. Chichi, you don't have to care about her." Shenrui was much more courageous. Because she believed that as long as she continued to work in Huangyao, she did not need to flatter Muqiqi so much. "Mom, I don't need anyone's help for my own matters. Moreover, she's an outsider. How can she help us? Have you forgotten all the previous examples? When I came back, I brought her so many gifts. Did she accept my kindness?" Now that Sun Suyun had restrained herself, Shenrui was being mean again. Did this mother and daughter exchange souls? He didn't know whether to laugh or cry. It was because Shenrui knew that Muqiqi was useless now and she was blocking her way. So she did not give her any face. "But, I can handle the matters in the company. But, Muqiqi, please call me sister the next time you see me. We can't forget the rules. After all, I'm the eldest sister of the Shin family. I'm done eating. Please enjoy your meal." Then Shenrui left the table and went to her room. "Everyone please enjoy." Then Shenrui left the table and went to her room. Sun Suyun chased after him too. The rest of them were confused. Is there something wrong with this mother and daughter? Huang Yu kicked the ladder. But Muqiqi could understand what the mother and daughter were trying to do. Judging from Shenrui's attitude, did she really think that she could become a phoenix? She would not object if it was anyone else in the Xing family but not Xing Xiao. "Chichi, can you tell me why Xing Xiao wants Shenrui to work in Huangyao?" "It's nothing good. Second aunt, please keep it a secret." Muqiqi whispered to Huang Yu. Huang Yu nodded and laughed. "Then I'll wait for the show. Now Shenrui is so arrogant. Does she really think that she is a part of the Xing family now?" Muqiqi did not say anything. She just did not know how long Shenrui could stay in Huangyao. That night Muqiqi went home. She took a shower with Xing Xiao and was about to sleep. But Chanshan called her before she went to bed. She sounded excited. "Chichi, I have good news for you. I'm not going abroad anymore. I'm going to film." "Film?" Muqiqi never thought that Lu Chanshan would want to be a star. She felt that she was too far away from that circle. "My father's friend runs a film company. He thinks that I look good. So he asked me to audition. Since you like it, I'll support you. But I'm worried that didn't those stars have their dark spots exposed before? Nowadays, people often bullied each other on the internet. She did not want her best friend to get hurt. "Don't worry. My agent will take care of it." Chanshan needed something else to divert her attention. Muqiqi understood the pain that Duan Xiao brought to her. Since she wanted to be a star, she should go. "Remember to give me your autograph when you become famous." "Of course. You're my best friend." Lu Chanshan was very excited. After the call with Muqiqi, she received a call from her agent. It was so late. Her agent was really responsible. Her agent gave her a lot of information. Although it was just a supporting role, she needed to understand the whole story as soon as possible. Moreover, she sent her a book list. "These are all the works of this author. Take a look when you are free." Lu Chanshan looked at the titles of the books. She almost rolled her eyes. "Men Never Grow Old," Casanova. She flipped through them casually. They were all about flirting with girls. Were they for others to read? Then Lu Chanshan looked at the name of his family. Lin Muhan. What kind of rubbish man was that? Did he treat women as toys? Could the script he wrote be made into a TV series? Lu Qianshan was very disappointed with men because of Duan Xiao, and now she still had to read Lin Muan's rubbish literature? No wonder there was an in it. She must not see this man. Otherwise she would kick his balls. She did not know that this was the beginning of an ill-fated relationship. She would never remember that the two of them had met once. It was not long ago when they went shopping together in the afternoon. On the other side, Xing Xiao saw Mu Qiqi staring at her phone. He asked her, "Is Lu Qianshan going to shoot a movie?" "Yes. That's why I am worried about her. What if her past is dug out? Won't she be hurt a second time?" Mu Qiqi replied in Xing Xiao's arms. "Why can't she do something else? I don't know what Qianshan is thinking. This is the era of making stars. There is nothing that cannot be done. You are thinking too much. Moreover, the Lu family is rich. You don't need to worry about her. Qianshan is my only friend. I'm sad to see her hurt. What is the name of the movie she is going to shoot? I will ask Jing Yun to keep an eye on it. It is called Reuniting the Mirror, or something. I will check it online." After that, Mu Qiqi took out her phone. After a while, she suddenly sat up on the bed and looked at Xing Xiao. "What is it?" "The scriptwriter and author is Lin Muan." Mu Qiqi looked at Xing Xiao with a strange expression. Chapter 217. In fact, Lin Muan was a man with a very high EQ. Because of his good looks, he had a good relationship with women since he was young. That was why he was proud of himself in love. As long as he made a move, there was no woman he could not get. Of course, he had his own bottom line when he was in love. For example, he would not touch his brother's women, mistresses, or even married men. It was also because of his rich emotional experience that he had written many best-selling books. Currently, he was the most popular male author in the poll. In fact, he did not know that Lu Qianshan would be in the cast before he got the list. But when he saw the recommendation from the film company, he was stunned. Was she a sponsor? I don't think so. Lin Muan refused. But, Editor Lin, she is recommended by an investor. It's hard for us. I said no. Although he liked dating, he was clear about his work and private life. Lu Qianshan was a rich young lady. How dare she audition without any foundation? Who gave her the courage? Then you should talk to the investor. Lu Qianshan was furious when she received the news that she was rejected the next day. The scriptwriter did not want her. Other scriptwriters might not have the right to speak when it came to casting. But now Lin Muan was popular and his words carried weight. Moreover, it was an adaptation of his novel. The investor had to give him some face. So Lu Qianshan was very angry. After asking around, she got Lin Muan's phone number from Papa Lu. Holding the phone, Lu Qianshan dialed the annoying number. I'm Lu Qianshan. What can I do for you, Miss Lu? I know you changed my role. I'm not happy with you and want to beat you up. Lu Qianshan said as if venting. You scumbag who writes rubbish literature. You're so shrewd. Didn't you learn your lesson after being hurt so badly? Lin Muan was smiling from beginning to end. But every word he said made Lu Qianshan very angry. I didn't learn it. That's why I want to act in a movie to divert my attention. I'm really interested in acting. Lin Muan smiled and asked her, there's a role of a palace maid. Do you want it? And there's a spy movie that needs a lot of corpses. I want to be your mother. Will you let me? Lu Qianshan asked through gritted teeth. TSK. If you really want to divert your attention, I have a good job for you. Come and be my assistant. I promise you'll forget everything. Lin Muan, just you wait. After that, Lu Qianshan hung up the phone. The scum. She must take revenge on him. Lin Muan, on the other hand, was laughing from the start to the end. This girl was actually quite interesting. If anyone else was replaced, the first thing they would do would be to call him, either to fight for it or to threaten him. But this girl didn't pester him. She just called him and scolded him to vent her anger. After hanging up, Lu Qianshan recalled that Mu Qiqi mentioned that she went to the Lin family's birthday banquet. Moreover, when she went shopping with Mu Qiqi, she seemed to have seen a man at the entrance of the hotel. At that time, she thought that Mu Qiqi had abandoned the crown prince. But Mu Qiqi told her that it was the young master of the Lin family. Damn, enemies are bound to meet. Thinking of that face, Lu Qianshan immediately became excited and called Mu Qiqi. Qiqi, do you know Lin Muan? Mu Qiqi had just finished her class. When she heard Lu Qianshan mention this name, she knew that the two of them must have known each other's existence. Why did you suddenly mention him? Let me tell you, we are enemies. I must destroy him because he destroyed my beautiful stardom. Can you help me ask him out? Qian, are you sure? Do you know that Lin Mu and is a Casanova? What? You're afraid that I'll like him? Even if I fell in love with a pig, I would never fall in love with him. He's trash. Qian, he and I don't have any grudges. Isn't it a little strange for me to ask him out to vent your anger? Just tell him honestly that I want to see him. It's up to him whether he wants to come or not. She knew Qian's temper very well. The firecracker would explode sooner or later. Qian had only been a coward when it came to Duan Xiao. After some thought, Mu Qiqi agreed. All right. I'll let you know later. If Xiao knew that she was going to meet a man alone, wouldn't he smack her but until it was swollen? So Mu Qiqi just threw the matter to the man. Anyway, if it was Xing Xiao who asked her out, Lin Mu, and could not refuse. Lin Mu, and received a call from Huang Yao in the afternoon. Jing Yun told him everything in a few words. Lin Mu, and did not refuse. Their conversation only lasted for 2 minutes. Then Mu Qiqi replied to Lu Qian and asked her to meet him at the Imperial Hotel at noon tomorrow. In fact, Lin Mu, and did not need to care about Lu Qian's unreasonable request. Even Jing Yun said that he was bored. But Lin Mu, and felt that Lu Qian was a very interesting girl. At least, he did not reject her in terms of feelings. Since Lu Qian wanted to go, Mu Qiqi certainly had to accompany her. And since Mu Qiqi was there, Xing Xiao naturally had to show up. His little one was going to meet another man. How could he not follow her? He hated the kind of person who pretended to be generous and told his or her partner that he or she believed her. But in fact it meant that he or she doubted her. If she minded, he could just accompany her. Why be so pretentious? After a few days of getting used to the new department, Shenrui had a thorough understanding of the situation in the new department. It was like a center of gossip. There were many rumors about Xing Xiao. Some of them were true and some were false. She did not know whether she should believe them or not. It was because she could not verify those rumors. But the only thing she knew was that she knew where Xing Xiao's office was in Huangyao. She wanted to go in and see if Xing Xiao was involved in those scandals. Shenrui wanted to take action when she had this idea in her mind. Especially in the past 2 days, the idea was very strong. First of all, she had to choose a time when she would not meet Xing Xiao. Secondly, she had to get the access card to enter the office. That was the state of being obsessed with someone. She wanted to know more about him. Even if she could only get a little closer to him, she would be very happy. Mama Sheng had been observing Shenrui these days. And Jing Yun was right. Shenrui had been asking about Xing Xiao everywhere. It was difficult for her not to attract attention. But if Xiao Er liked her, he would not think of such a way to deal with her. She was the junior of the Shen family after all. She had to be careful when dealing with her. Chapter 218. On the other hand, Shenrui's every move was under Jing Yun's surveillance. He knew very well who Shenrui was in contact with in Huangyao and what she wanted. He knew that Shenrui was messing with Xing Xiao's office. Getting close to the person you like, isn't it to confirm whether he has a woman or not? They might be able to find some clues in Xing Xiao's office. If that was the case, he would definitely arrange a good show for Shenrui. He purposely helped Shenrui find the cleaner who was responsible for cleaning the office area. Then he successfully got the access card. It was also an opportunity for Shenrui to enter Xing Xiao's office. It was already 10 o'clock at night. All the employees of Huangyao had left work, but Shenrui was still working hard. When she was sure that there was no one around, she disguised herself as a cleaner and went to the high-rise area openly. Of course, the important offices were all locked, but Xing Xiao's office was not. Because he never put his important things in his office and he rarely used them. When Shenrui entered the modern space, she could feel Xing Xiao's aura everywhere. She sat on the sofa that Xing Xiao had sat on and picked up the cup that Xing Xiao had used. Her heart was filled with excitement. But at that moment, Shenrui heard a scream. It was a woman's voice. She was so scared that her face turned pale. Then Shenrui noticed that it was the private lounge in Xing Xiao's office. She could hear a woman's voice and a man's devilish teasing. Shenrui was so nervous that she had goosebumps all over her body. She immediately left Xing Xiao's office. She did not care about her image at all. She ran as fast as she could. In fact, Jing Yun was watching a thriller in the lounge and purposely turned the volume to the loudest. He thought that Shenrui was brave. In the end, she was terrified. Shenrui went home in a daze. She locked herself in her room after she got home. She could not believe that she saw Xing Xiao fooling around with a woman. Since Suyun noticed that her daughter did not even have an appetite for dinner. So she asked her what happened. Shinrui shook her head. She did not say anything. After all, she was no longer sure what attitude she had towards him. The next day, as expected, there was a new scandal in the office. I heard that after you got off work last night, an ambulance came again. That's right. I heard that this time the girl's body was covered in many bloody wounds. It scared me to death. I've always heard that the crown prince plays big, but I didn't expect him to treat people like that. Shinrui's facial expression changed when she heard that. It was because she suddenly remembered what happened yesterday. The woman's scream was still echoing in her head. Director Shin, why do you look so pale? Shinrui shook her head when she heard her colleague's question. Maybe he did not rest well? Was Xing Xiao really a demon who ate people without spitting out the bones? If that was the case, should she consider giving up? If she insisted on marrying into the Sheng family, would Xing Xiao treat her like this in the future? Even if Xing Xiao could restrain himself from doing anything to her, could she tolerate him toying with other girls? Shinrui was in a dilemma. But she was not willing to give up. So, she decided to go and see what was going on at night. Mama Xing knew that Xing Xiao was trying to ruin his image. So, she said to him before the meeting, if you really don't want to get into trouble, I can help you to get rid of her. Mom, if you really want to make a person give up, you must make her feel fear. How long do you think she can hold on? Xing Xiao answered Mama Sheng while playing with the cufflink in his hand. Since he moved out of the Sheng family, this cufflink had become the most valuable thing in Xing Xiao's office. Who the hell gave this to me? You treasure it so much. If you give me such a simple thing, I will treasure it too. Xing Xiao smiled and put the cufflink back into the drawer. Don't drag this matter any longer. Otherwise it will backfire. I know what I'm doing. Of course it was Xiao Qi's gift. That was why he treasured it so much. Mama Sheng looked at her son helplessly. Suddenly she felt sorry for Shinrui. She was such a good girl. Why did she have to fall in love with him? Now even if she was not scared to death, she would be half dead. When Mu Qiqi was at home, she did not ask about Shinrui. It was because she was too lazy to do it. As long as they were at home, she and Xing Xiao would stick together no matter what they did. Moreover, Xing Xiao was an energetic guy. He would put on a show in every corner of the house from time to time. She was already very tired from the classes in the morning. She could not sleep well at night. It was strange that she had the energy to care about Shinrui. Since Xing Xiao said that he would take care of it, she would let him do it. At noon, Mu Qiqi invited Lu Qianqian and Lin Mu, and for lunch. From the moment they met, Lu Qianqian's eyes were filled with sparks. She wanted to swallow Lin Mu. On the other hand, Lin Mu was smiling. He sat opposite Lu Qianqian elegantly. Xing Xiao was the last to arrive. He sat beside Mu Qiqi and put his arm on her chair. He was very possessive. The two of them won't fight, will they? Lu Qianqian is no match for him. Xing Xiao answered his little one in a low voice. Lin Mu was a third-generation heir. It was not difficult for him to capture him. Miss Lu, am I so beautiful that you can't take your eyes off me? Lin Mu did not stay idle. He teased Lu Qianqian. Lu Qianqian slammed the table and stood up. She pointed at Lin Mu. How did I offend you? Why do you want to replace me? You don't know how to act. But you are just a pretty face now. That was what annoyed Lu Qianqian the most. He was just fooling around with her. Because she is talented in acting. I am talented in beating people up. Besides, the entertainment industry isn't a place that just anyone can enter. The price of becoming famous is losing a lot of things. Your privacy, your personal space, and most importantly, your past will be dug up. Do you think that your past will be accepted by everyone? It is fine if you are 26 or 36 years old. But you are only 18. You were abandoned when you were only 18. This circle is not suitable for you. After hearing Lin Mu's words, Lu Qianqian sat down. But her eyes were red. Is it my fault? You are not wrong. But that is not the mainstream value. You can do anything. But don't become a celebrity. You are cute and beautiful. Mu Qiqi suddenly understood what Lin Mu meant. Actually, this man had the same thought as her. He did not want Qianqian to be hurt. Chapter 219. Don't think too highly of yourself. Lu Qianqian had actually accepted his kindness. But she still felt embarrassed. I am the eldest daughter of the Lu family. How could I be replaced by you just like that? That's a disgrace. Look at you. You are just a little pepper. You don't appreciate others' kindness, do you? Who asked you to be a busybody? By the way, what kind of rubbish literature are you writing? Do you think advocating men is in line with the mainstream values? Seeing that Lu Chanshan had done her homework well, Lin Mu and bent over and rested his head on the table. Then he hooked his finger at Lu Chanshan. Why don't you come to my house one day? Let me tell you what values I'm advocating. This man was really flirtatious. But Lu Chanshan was not someone to be trifled with. She grabbed Lin Muan's finger and twisted it. I really want to make an appointment with you to have a hand-to-hand fight at the martial arts center. That's settled then. Give me your number. I'm free anytime. Who's afraid of you? Lu Chanshan immediately took out her phone. Lin Mu and calmly told her his number. Then they exchanged each other's number. And Mu Chichi just leaned on the table and watched the show from the beginning. Xing Xiao even pulled her up. Seems like I don't need your help next time. Mu Chichi held back her laughter and let them fight in the private room. Why do I feel like there are pink bubbles above their heads? It's none of your business, Xing Xiao said proudly. Then he led her away. Jing Yun will come and send you to Xingting University later. I still have something to do. Speaking of Jing Yun, Mu Chichi could not help but ask, Special Assistant Jing, do you have a girlfriend? Xing Xiao shook his head. He's just a piece of rotten wood. He doesn't seem to be interested in this kind of thing. As if, believe it or not, although Jing Yun looks like an idiot when it comes to relationships, people like him are usually very affectionate. Maybe he has someone in his heart. Xing Xiao tilted his head and looked at his little one. Jing Yun is under your control now? How can you be jealous? Mu, and was not as bad as she thought. Although he had a lot of girlfriends, it did not stop him from being a good person. Mu, and was not as bad as she thought he was. Although he had a lot of girlfriends, it did not stop him from being a good person. Moreover, Chanshan did not look like someone who would suffer a loss. After the incident with Duan Xiao, and she was very cautious when it came to relationships. Therefore there was no need to worry at all. In short, when Lu Chanshan and Lin Mu and left the hotel that afternoon, they glared at each other. Especially Lu Chanshan. She could not wait to strangle the man who ruined her career. Although she knew that her past would be very ugly if it was dug out, it would be very embarrassing. However, a playboy like Lin Mu and was incomparably infuriating. At around 9 o'clock that night, Mu Chichi received a call from Huang Yu in the small villa. Huang Yu rarely took the initiative to call her, and at this time, Mu Chichi immediately picked up because she guessed that something must have happened at home. Chichi, if you are free now, please go home. I'm afraid that Grandpa Shin's body can't take it anymore. What's wrong? Mu Chichi asked quickly. It's all because of third brother and his family. Shin Rui has caused a big trouble. Anyway, please come home quickly. At this moment, Su Zipei, her husband, and Xing Xiao were beside Mu Chichi. They heard Huang Yu's voice from the phone. So, Su Zipei said to Mu Chichi, Go. Let's go. Xing Xiao grabbed Mu Chichi's collar and brought her back to the Shin family. You know something, don't you? On the way back, Mu Chichi asked Xing Xiao. Since it was about Shin Rui and it was a big matter, it should be the truth. Shin Rui's secret could not be hidden anymore. You can see what Grandpa Shin thinks about this matter now. In the dark, Xing Xiao helped Mu Chichi unfasten the seatbelt and reminded her. Mu Chichi was stunned. She did not know what to do. But after a while, she pushed the door open and went to the living room of the Shin family. At this moment, Mama Sheng was still in the Shin family. Shin Rui was kneeling in the living room. Grandpa Shin was holding a wooden stick in his hand. It seemed that he was very angry. Chichi. Huang Yu pulled her to her side quickly. She was afraid that she would be hurt. What's wrong? It turns out that this girl has an ulterior motive for working in Huang Yao. She has sneaked into Xing Zhao's office several times. Didn't she run into him tonight? She was caught red-handed. So, when your beautiful aunt sent her back, Grandpa Shin interrogated her carefully. Then he found out that she has a crush on Xing Xiao. He is her uncle. Xiao Qin, it's my fault for not teaching her well. That's why such a scandal happened. I'm so sorry. Grandpa Shin, I don't want to talk about anything else. I just hope that Rui can take out Xing Zhao's cufflinks. They are his most precious thing. Mama Sheng looked at Shin Rui, who was kneeling on the floor. I saw it with my own eyes. She put it in her coat pocket. Huang Yu, go and take it out. Grandpa Shin ordered. But since Suyun was protecting Shin Rui, she did not let anyone touch it. Don't come near me. It's just a broken thing. It's not worth it for you to force it. Then, since Suyun took out the cufflinks from Shin Rui's coat pocket. But she threw it into the fish tank. Mu Chichi looked at it and realized that it was the gift she gave to Xiao Xiao. So, she did not care about anything else. She reached out her hand to grab it. But Huang Yu stopped her. Silly girl, there's electricity here. Let me help you. Mu Chichi got the cufflinks with Huang Yu's help. Then she gave it to Mama Sheng. Here you go. Mama Sheng took back the cufflinks and looked at Mu Chichi. Good girl. Xiao Qin, I'm really sorry. I've caused you trouble. Grandpa Shin, since it's a family matter of the Shin family, I should go back now. Roy is still young. I hope that she can learn her lesson. She should think carefully before she does anything. Then Mama Sheng hugged Mu Chichi. I'll come and see you some other day. Mu Chichi nodded. Then she sent a message to Xing Xiao. Beautiful auntie, I'll definitely come and see you. Xing Xiao did not ask why. He quickly went back to the villa that Mama Sheng prepared for him. Now it was time to close the door. Grandpa Shin was mad. He hit Shinroi with a stick without any mercy. Where's the sense of honor that I've taught you since you were young? Do you like your uncle? Chapter 220. Chen Suyun went crazy too. She went forward and hugged Shinroi. She refuted Grandpa Shin. What's wrong with liking Xing Xiao? Is he an emperor or something? Why can't you like him? So what if he's her uncle? They are not related by blood. Moreover, Xing Xiao is only 5 years older than Rui. Why can't I like him? It's because of a mother like you that she can raise such a daughter. Look at what she did. She went to work in someone else's company. But she sneaked into someone else's office and stole their things. Shinrui, tell me who taught you to do that? That's right. Shinrui looked at the floor. She looked embarrassed. Actually, she was speechless. Because she did not expect that Mama Sheng would enter the office and see her looking through Sheng Zhao's things. She didn't know what had bewitched her to do such a shameful thing. She still hadn't recovered from it. Say something. Grandpa, I'm sorry. I've embarrassed you. Are you trying to embarrass me? You're embarrassing yourself. You're the young lady of the Shin family. What will you do if others know that you've done such a shameless thing? Do you still want your reputation? I've given up. I don't want to think about anything anymore. What else do you want? Can't you see the Sheng family's attitude? They don't like you at all. Grandpa Shin was furious. He hit Shinroi a few more times. Then he threw away the things in his hand. From today onwards, you should stay at home and reflect on yourself. You're not allowed to go out for a month. You can tell me when you've made up your mind. Shinroi was lying in Chen Suyun's arms. She did not have the strength to talk anymore. There was blood at the corner of her mouth. Chen Suyun was so scared that she screamed. Roy, my daughter. Roy, what should I do if anything happens to you? Send her to the hospital now. Huang Yu urged her. Old woman, you're so cruel. When Mu Chichi saw this scene, she seemed to see herself in the future. Perhaps she was even worse than Shinroi because she had lived with Xiao Xiao for a long time. Moreover, she could feel that her grandpa loved her more. With that in mind, Mu Chichi walked to the old man and stroked his back to comfort him. Grandpa, your health is important. What kind of nonsense is this? Grandpa Sheng was utterly disappointed. Chichi, do the youngsters these days really not care about seniority? However, these rules have been established for so many years. Are we going to throw them away just like that? Grandpa, forget it. I'm tired. I'm going back to my room. You can go home now. Grandpa Shin was sad and angry. It was because he had praised Shinroi for being sensible 2 days ago. But now, the granddaughter he was so proud of had done such a thing. How could he not be angry? Mu Chichi did not dare to follow. Her feet seemed to be fixed in place and she could not move at all. Chen Suyun quickly sent Shinroi to the hospital. At that moment, the Shin family was as empty as Mu Chichi's heart. After leaving the Shin family, Mu Chichi took a taxi back to Xing Zhao's house. But Xing Xiao was still dealing with Mama Sheng. It seemed that it was too difficult for Grandpa Sheng to accept this. It was just as Mu Chichi expected. Mama Sheng did use the cufflinks as an excuse to see her son. She thought that Xing Xiao was not at home again. But when she entered the house, she found out that Xing Xiao had just taken a shower and was about to rest. Son, look at what I've given you. Xing Xiao took a look and found out that it was the cufflinks that Xiao Qier gave him. Shinroi almost took it away today. I saw it. So, I went to the Shin family and got it back for you. Xing Xiao took the cufflinks from Mama Sheng and raised them up high. He looked at them under the light. Then he said to Mama Sheng, Mom, do you hate Shinroi? You hate her. That's why I don't like her. Mama Sheng explained. Actually, she hates you the most when she takes your things. I know that you treasure them very much. So I'm angry. Xing Xiao smiled and kept the cufflinks. Then he hugged Mama Sheng. Oh, it's so rare. Actually, Xing Xiao was just apologizing in advance. It was because he would never give up on Xiao Qi'er. So he was apologizing. Xing Xiao, who gave you this? I'll tell you next time. It's late now. I'll send you home to rest. It's okay. I drove here. Mama Sheng held Xing Xiao. Go to sleep. I'm leaving. After a while, Mama Sheng left the villa. Xing Xiao took his coat and went back to his house with Mu Qiqi. When he entered the house, he saw Mu Qiqi sitting on the sofa without saying a word. He frowned. But it only lasted for a second. Then he sat down beside Mu Qiqi and asked, "Since it's so difficult, why don't you give up?" Mu Qiqi raised her head and looked at Xing Xiao in shock. What did you say? I thought you couldn't bear to hurt your grandfather? Mu Qiqi quickly put her arms around Xing Xiao's neck and shook her head. I don't want to. I can do anything to atone for my sins. But I will never leave you. Xing Xiao was satisfied. He hugged Mu Qiqi tightly. It's different today. Moreover, my mother intervened on purpose. It's normal for Grandpa Sheng to be angry. What about beautiful aunt? Little one, I can't tell you the answer now. Because I won't lie to you. You should have thought of these things before you got together with me. So, no matter how difficult it is, what's the use of being afraid? Solve it and overcome it. That's the end. Mu Qiqi thought about it. It seemed like that was the case. She felt a little relieved. Give me some time. I'm scared by Grandpa's reaction. But I will never give up on you. Even if Grandpa beats me to death. Silly thing, do you think I'll watch as others touch a single hair on your head? Having said that, Xing Xiao carried Mu Qiqi to the bathroom. He wrung a hot towel and wiped her face. Do you know why my mother is so angry? What is it? Xing Xiao handed the towel to Mu Qiqi. Then he took out a cufflink from his shirt pocket. Because of this. Just now, third aunt threw it into the fish tank at the Shen's house. I was anxious and reached out to catch it. Mu Qiqi took the cufflink from Xing Xiao's hand. She was very emotional. I didn't expect you to treasure such a little thing so much. Chapter 221. Grandpa Shen sent Shen Rui to the hospital. She was grounded for a month after she returned home. Grandpa Shen was serious this time. He was not joking at all. It seemed that he was really angry. Since Suyun was taking care of Shen Rui. She was so angry when she saw her daughter like that. That old man is really inhumane. He is so cruel. Just wait and see. If Mu Qiqi does something wrong, he will not treat her like this. She is easy to bully. Mom, I want to give up now. I don't have the face to see the Sheng family anymore. Shen Rui sat on the bed and said to Tsun Suyun weakly, Daughter, don't you like Xing Xiao anymore? Shen Rui could not help but tell Tsun Suyun everything that she had seen and heard in Huangyao. Tsun Suyun's eyes opened wide when she heard it. She could not believe it. Did you see it with your own eyes? Shen Rui nodded. I was wrong about him. I thought he was a gentleman. I didn't expect that. Tsun Suyun was shocked for a while. Then she came back to her senses. If what you said is true and Xing Xiao is so ridiculous, then it's better for you to see his true colors. Although wealth is important, my daughter's life is more important. If Xing Xiao is so ridiculous, then why is the Sheng family so proud? How dare he come to the Shen family and bully us? Mom? Alright, let's not talk about it anymore. Let's ask your uncle to find you a more outstanding young man. Oh yes, what do you think about the young master of the Lin family? Since Suyun noticed that there was no hope for the Sheng family. So she shifted her attention to Lin Muhan. The young master of the Lin family is much easier to deal with than Xing Xiao. Moreover, he is innocent. He will not fool around with women. If you like him, I can try to get in touch with him. Shen Rui just wanted to find a way to forget Xing Xiao now. And the best candidate was Lin Muhan. Are you serious? My daughter has thought it through? That's great news. But she did not know that Xing Xiao was not someone she could hope for. Not even Lin Muhan. Xing Xiao managed to get rid of Shen Rui successfully. He used some extreme methods. Although he was a devil in front of Shen Rui, it was good that she was afraid of him. However, the old man insisted on giving Mu Qiqi the young master of the Lin family. We have to think of a way to make Mu Qiqi lose her position in the Shen family. Shen Rui suddenly recalled the day when she visited Mu Qiqi with Grandpa Shen after the Lin family's banquet. At that time, she suspected that Mu Qiqi was not in the small villa and that Mu Qiqi's aunt was covering for her. Mother, we can't keep waiting for Mu Qiqi to deal with us. We need to take the initiative. I suspect that Mu Qiqi is hiding something from the Shen family. So you'd better find a way to verify it. How? She's under the Sheng family's protection. You don't have to make it too complicated. You just have to go to the small villa and observe her aunt. You will definitely find something that can be used against her. As long as they could find out that Mu Qiqi had lied to Grandpa Shen would be disappointed with Mu Qiqi. By then they could seize the opportunity to drive Mu Qiqi out of the Shen family. That would be a reasonable thing to do. All right. Since you said so, I'll make the arrangements. Sin Suyun listened to her daughter. I hope that God will open his eyes and let me find something that can be used against that bitch. In the Shen family, Grandpa Shen was very sad because of Shen Rui. It was because he could not stand it when the younger generation and the older generation were together. He could not cross that barrier. An elder was an elder. What was the point of being together with the younger generation? Shen Rui had done such a silly thing. As her grandfather, it was embarrassing for him to say anything about it. It was embarrassing. So, Grandpa Shen was upset at home. He did not have a good meal for a few days. In the end he had a high fever. He could not take it anymore and fell ill on the bed. When Mu Qiqi heard about it, she went to visit Grandpa Shen after class. She saw Grandpa Shen acting like an old urchin. She took the bowl of porridge from Huang Yu and fed it to Grandpa Shen. Grandpa, why do you have to do this? How can I face the Sheng family in the future? Grandpa Shen still could not accept it. He felt very upset. Grandpa, your health is important. Dad has just recovered. Are you going to lie down again? Mu Qiqi persuaded him. Moreover, Sister Rui is also in the hospital. She is badly injured. She has been taught a lesson. Qiqi, I don't have any hope for Shen Rui anymore. I just hope that you won't disappoint me. Grandpa, don't give me so much pressure. You know that I am even more disobedient than Sister Rui. Mu Qiqi let Grandpa Shen sit up and eat the porridge obediently. You're the best. We've tried to persuade him many times. But he just can't accept it. Second aunt, Grandpa will think it through sooner or later. After Grandpa Shen fell asleep, Mu Qiqi planned to leave the Shen family. But she bumped into Sin Suyun, who had just returned from the hospital. They did not look happy when they saw each other. It was as if they were enemies who killed each other's parents. Mu Qiqi, don't be too proud. You will have this day too. Mu Qiqi did not say anything. She left the Shen family directly. She knew that she would have this day. But it was not now. She just hoped that Grandpa Shen could be healthy. Then he would not refuse to eat because of her. Sin Suyun sneered when she saw Mu Qiqi leaving. Now she had sent someone to monitor the little mansion. She was keeping a close eye on Su Zipei. She did not believe that she could not find out Mu Qiqi's secret. To Mu Qiqi, every time she returned to the Shen family and saw Grandpa Shen's sad face, it was a kind of torture for her. But she was not afraid of this torture. She was firm in her belief. Just like what Xiao Xiao said, no matter how many difficulties there were in front of her, even if she could not see the future, she would still persist. So, after she had such a mentality, she became more calm. But Shen Rui and her daughter had shifted their target to Lin Muan. This was also the first time Sin Suyun went to Grandpa Shen's room calmly and talked to him for a while. I know you don't want to see me. But I'll leave after saying a few words. Grandpa Shen was so angry that he turned his back to Sin Suyun. Chapter 222. It was certainly worth considering because the Sheng family would never tell anyone about it. How embarrassing would that be? But he felt that it would be unfair to the young master of the Lin family. But there was no better way now. It was better to let Shen Rui be with Lin Mu, and then to let her be with Sheng Xiao. I will think about it. You can leave now. That's more like it. Sin Suyun snorted. Grandpa Shen was still humane. He was not evil. However, Lin Mu, and had to be willing to be the one to plot against him. Since he met Lu Chanxian Lin Mu, and always wanted to flirt with her. He would argue with her when he was free. How could there be such a wonderful thing in the world? They exchanged phone numbers when they met last time. Lu Chanxian even said that she wanted to have a hand-to-hand fight in the martial arts club. How could she withstand his punches? But he did not expect that Lu Chanxian would send him a message in the middle of the night. She asked him to meet her in the martial arts club the next day. Lin Mu, and agreed almost immediately. The corners of his mouth curled up unconsciously. However, he did not know that Lu Chanxian was in a bad mood. She could have gone to the crew to waste her energy and time. But because of what he said, she did not have any more scenes. So Lin Mu, and had to take responsibility. Duan Xiao, and was going to be sentenced. The man whom she loved for so many years ended up like this. Although Lu Chanshan said that he deserved it, she was actually very sad. The next morning Lin Mu and woke up early. He put on his sportswear and was about to go out. But Grandpa Lin stopped him. Go home early tonight. I want to have dinner with Grandpa Shin. Okay. Lin Mu and guessed that Grandpa Shin must be talking about Mu Chichi. So he just laughed it off. But he did not expect that it was Shin Ruoyi this time. When he arrived at the martial arts club, Lin Mu and saw Lu Chanshan hitting the sandbag. He walked over and leaned against the sandbag. He saw Lu Chanshan sweating. I didn't know that you were quite strong. Go away. Lu Chanshan was venting her anger. Her tears and sweat were mixed together. Lin Mu and felt the pressure on her. He quickly put on his boxing gloves. Do you believe it? You won't even be able to touch the corner of my clothes. Lu Chanshan was instantly pissed off. She pounced on Lin Mu and then rode on him, giving him a good beating. Lin Mu and quickly fought back and the two of them rolled on the ground a few times. Finally Lin Mu and subdued Lu Chanshan. Are you grinding your claws? What a little chilly. Who asked you to cut off my path to stardom and make me suffer so much? Just for a supporting role? Is there a need for this? You know nothing. Lu Chanshan pushed Lin Mu and away and stood up. She wiped her tears and sweat. I'm in a bad mood today. No, it doesn't matter today. As long as I'm in a bad mood in the future, you have to be my sparring partner. Give me a reason. Because you have a mouth that deserves a spanking. Mu Chichi was much gentler than she was. Or was it because she was hurt that she pretended to be like this? Alright, I can promise you that. However, you must also promise me that I will be your sparring partner for a day, and you must return me a day's worth of time. On that day, no matter what I ask you to do, you must not refuse. What about the conditions? However, Lu Chanshan did not refuse. It's a deal, scumbag. How am I a scumbag? Lin Mu and was very curious. He stood up from the ground. Look at the stuff you've written. You've praised men to the heavens. Conceited, shameless, and reliable central air conditioner. I hate men like that the most. I definitely won't fall for it. After hearing Lu Chanshan's words, Lin Mu and laughed. He laughed very heartlessly. You didn't fall for it. If you didn't fall for it, why are you standing here now? That's because I asked you out. Then I will ask you out in the future. After Lin Mu and finished laughing, he patted the seat beside him and said to Lu Chanshan, come and sit down. Tell me why you are venting so crazily and why you treat the punching bag as your enemy for 10 lifetimes. Lu Chanshan calmed down and sat cross-legged. Then she said to Lin Mu, that bastard has been sentenced today. Just because of this? Is it worth your punching the punching bag's chest? Lu Chanshan did not say anything. She felt that it was very strange. There were some things that she could not say to Mu Chichi. But in front of this disgusting man, she could pour out her bitterness. Let me tell you a rule. I will teach you how to distinguish between men. Those who look honest and honest are actually coquettish. But look at me and the Crown Prince. They look no different from playboys. But in fact, they are the ones who are not interested in women. You? Lu Chanshan looked at him from head to toe. Your whole face says that I want to flirt with you. Do you think I am stupid? Lin Mu and burst out laughing. He pulled her up. Come on. Let's move. Since I am your sparring partner today, you can use my body as you please. Lu Chanshan rolled her eyes. This man never forgot to flirt with girls. But before they knew it, they stayed in the martial arts club for the whole day. When they got home at night, Lin Mu and was smiling. When he saw old Shin, he remembered that he had a dinner appointment today. I'm sorry, old Shin. I need to go up and change. It's okay. Grandpa Shin waved his hand to show that he did not mind. He was here to persuade Lin Mu on. He wanted to see if he could help Lin Mu and Shin Ruoyi get together. Let's go, old Shin. Let's talk while we eat. After the dinner, Lin Mu and finally understood Grandpa Shin's intention. He also understood his grandpa's intention. Actually, his grandpa had talked to him before. He wanted to know if he liked Mu Chichi. But it was obvious that Grandpa Shin was not satisfied with Mu Chichi's birth. Speaking of Shin Ruoyi, how perfect was she? She was well-educated and knowledgeable. Moreover, she was born in a good family. So, the two old men seemed to have reached a tacit agreement. They did not even ask for Lin Mu An's opinion. But he was not angry. Anyway, Shin Ruoyi did not like him either. But he did not expect that Shin Ruoyi would change her mind all of a sudden. Mu, and if you have time in the future, you should visit Miss Shin more often. I heard that she is hospitalized now. You should go and visit her when you are free. Sure. Lin Mu and nodded and agreed. He could visit a patient. But it depended on whether he was sincere or not. Shen Rui was not a person to be trifled with. You're tuning in to the Han Li's Wuxia Chronicles YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.